What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube family? And welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live on this beautiful Monday evening, starting out the evening hour, guys. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in the building. Gonna have a quick discussion this evening, talk about some of the things that's been going on, excuse me, in Dolphin Nation. Shout out to Laser Dude being the first one in the building. We got NBA Juice Boat here, Stevie TV. What's up, Dariq Higgins, the first mod in the building. Finsanity, what's up, girl? Hope all is well. G Clooney, I see you. Brandon Hudgens, Michael Simmons. Shout out to the mod squad showing up in droves right now. What up? How's it been going? It's been great. Saldana. What's good with you, Mr. 305? Miami Miracle in the building. Shout out to you, Miami Miracle. T-double-D. Yes, sir, Monroe. What's good, Rashad? Carlos, I see you. Chaos FM mod squad. What's up, big dog? Nothing, man. Just another day, man. Getting it done, guys. Getting it done. 24-2. Yes. Rest in peace. To the Mamba family. Man, it's just, oh man, that service is crazy. But I didn't even see the whole thing. Well, for what I did see, man, it's tough, man. Hi, TD. Nice to see you back. I appreciate that, Jeff. Same here, man. Nice to hang out with you guys. C's007 in the building. What's up with you, man? Glad to see you. Hopefully, you tune in with us next time we do the panel, man. Man, so many comments coming through, but we already got 60 people watching. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all hit that like button. You can help this channel grow exponentially. Hit that like button, and YouTube will send a video to more and more people. So show your love by punching that like button. But yes, guys, let's get it done, man. What I'm gonna do real quick, because I'm only gonna hang out for about an hour to an hour and a half right now. Hold on. Can you grab me my water if you don't mind? Yeah, so I'm gonna hang out for about an hour to an hour and a half, and I might come back later tonight because I know we have the panel tomorrow. But until then, I want to hang out with some of you guys. I also want to drop the link, let some of you all come through, hang out with TD, have a conversation at your own risk now. At your own risk. We're gonna be talking about some things, all Miami Dolphins. So the link has been dropped. I'm not gonna drop it too many times. What up, Chef Juice? Shout out to you, homie. Said what's good, TD, and everyone. How y'all doing? We great, man, and I hope everybody on the stream great. What's up with you, Ian, man? Glad to see you, homie. Glad to see you. Oh, by the way, let's go ahead and take care of some housewarming things first, all right? I test, where are you at? Oh, let's take care of some housewarming things first. Housewarming, I don't know if that's the right verbiage to use. Take care of some household stuff. Let's just put it like that. And I see some of y'all coming backstage, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm just gonna take care of some household stuff real quick, then I'm gonna bring you right in. Shout out to Dariq. He already ready, man. I see you back there, homie. He laughed. All right, so first and foremost, few house things. Number one, TD has officially booked his tickets for the NFL draft. So I know a lot of people. I told y'all I would be doing it Sunday, and I delivered on that promise. The NFL draft is in effect. Now I do have some modifications. I am still arriving on Wednesday, but based off of the flights, so I didn't have to pay like $1,200 for flights. TD will be showing up Wednesday night. Okay, so I'll be there Wednesday night. So my Wednesday's gone. So TD ain't partying Wednesday night. All right, I'm not partying Wednesday night. Let's get that straight now. I'll be at the time that I'm getting in. I'll be headed to the hotel and no tour. Oh, I was having a nightmare. Okay. So that's what TD will be doing on Wednesday night, man. I'll be as soon as I get into the hotel, I'll probably be sleeping because it is a five something hour plane ride, so I'll probably have a little bit of that lag. Yeah, some of y'all may not know this. This is my first time going to Vegas. This will be my first time going to Vegas. I've never been to Vegas, man. So all y'all who done been there a few times, done partied, had your fun, I don't care. Whatever. So what? I'm going. All right. I'm gonna get that first time in me this time. All right. So it'll be my first time in Vegas, and I done been to over 30 states in my life, and this will be my first time going to Vegas, man. So Wednesday night, I'm sleeping the night away. So y'all be like, TD, where you at, man? I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring your text. I'm ignoring your phone calls. I'm telling y'all in advance, so don't get mad at me. Oh, he come to Vegas, he all high and mighty on people. I like he can't answer the text or the call. I'm telling you in advance, it's getting ignored. I'm getting my rest. Shout out to Quentin Riddle. Hey, Quint, you know what? I do want to talk about that, Quint. He said Tua to the Cowboys. Ooh, I do want to talk about that, Quint, because there's some developments that's heating up in that man. And Tua ain't helping the situation. He around here talking about, I grew up wanting to be a Cowboy. And that is my dream. If I could, I will be a Cowboy. And Dak around here tripping about that money. Dak around here tripping about that money. Boy, Dak gonna look up. And they gonna trade Dak for 2 first rounders. And the Cowboys gonna send 3 first rounders to move up for Tua. Yeah, I'll save it. I don't want EM heart rate going up off of it. TD, I'm hearing we met with what EM just said. What he said. TD, I'm hearing that we met with the Cowboys about a possibility of trading our 5th pick for Dak and their first. I don't know about all that, but no, I don't want no Dak. It better not want no Dak because this is contract time. If we were to trade for Dak, that means we're giving up $40 million per year. I don't want no Dak. Hell, sign me up for Tua ASAP if that's the case. At least I know with him, I got 4 years of what? 12, 13, 14, 15 million? 16, I don't know. But no, we ain't doing that Dak stuff, man. Man. We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing that Dak stuff. We better not be. Okay? Sign me up for Tua right now. And you know I don't want Tua. You can sign me up for him right now if that's the case. I'll be pleading and begging for Tua if that's the case. Think I'm finna be paying a quarterback $40 million a year. And you a product of the team around you. Y'all think Dak elite? Y'all gonna get Nick Fold around here. That's gonna be the new saying. You gonna get Nick Fold. You gonna get Nick Fold right off the bat, man. No, don't play me like that. Don't play me like that. Anyway, that will save them $25 million. Oh, I know it'll save them money, Quint. That's what they looking to do. But don't bring that to the Dolphins. Do not bring that to the Dolphins, man. All right, man, let me stop because I got some people backstage. I still got to handle my house cleaning business. All right, so TD has booked the flights. Ain't no turning back now. I think my 24-hour notice to get my money back for the flight expired like 2 hours ago. So TD in Vegas on that day. Okay? Now, as far as getting on the floor of the draft, TD ain't got no luck. I ain't been having no luck. This one's in Vegas. They letting all the big shot callers call it. It's tough sledding in that regard. It is tough sledding in that regard. So just being in the city, being at the draft with the general public, but I'm trying to actually do a show. I don't care if I ain't even at the draft place. I'm trying to set up somewhere, be watching the draft and really commentating from Vegas at a nice background drop if I have to. And if some of the panelists are going to go ahead and secure their way to the draft, then we're going to all hopefully do it together. That's their choice. It is a trip. They choose to do what they want at that point. I feel them. I don't blame them. So we'll see. We're going to get some things together, though. We're going to make it a good event for you guys so that you can enjoy it. You'll have it live streamed, all right? You staying at Caesars? Hey, you going to send me that Caesars cash? Hey, just say, hey, y'all want me to stay at Caesars? The Cash App is below. The PayPal is below. The Super Chat is below. What else? You can Zelle me if you need to. Just email me. I'll give you the info. If you want me staying at Caesars, I ain't staying at no Caesars, man. Listen, man, TD don't like spending money. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all I got 5 kids. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all that TD don't spend unnecessary money. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to my Dolphins, maybe a penny here and there. I'm just saying. But hey, listen, let's keep it all the way 100 now. I got other aspirations, goals, and dreams in my life I got to take care of. And trust me, I can't be doing that type of stuff, trying to make a point staying at Caesars for $900 a night just to say I did it. Nah, TD don't live that type of lifestyle and don't need to. I'm just saying, hey, you know. But hey, even if you want me at the Ramada Inn, you know, because I'm thinking about just hanging out on the streets, you know, just finding one of them benches and laying down. I don't know. No, I'm just playing. No, actually, I got to go ahead and do my hotel accommodations coming up soon. Just getting with my homeboy. Y'all already know I'm getting with Bree. And we gonna lock those type of because he already did his flight too. Bree done already secured his flight. He done took care of that. So we in the building. Now it's on y'all. If y'all in the building, y'all gotta let me know. It's roll call time. If you're gonna be at the draft and you ready to go ahead and lock in your flights, let me know, man, so I can make sure that we get to hang out in this experience. We get to hang out during the draft at some point, man, or even just going out because TD finna have some fun. You know, I'm just saying. You know, we're gonna first time in Vegas. I don't know what to expect. I'm gonna let some of y'all Vegas veterans show me the way. I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, TD, you traveling with that coronavirus? No, Ronnie, man. Hey, man, Ronnie, you got a point. But I will say this, Ronnie. I'm going from South Florida to Vegas. I should be good, man. I hope I. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm gonna be fine anyway. I ain't worried about no coronavirus or none of that stuff. I ain't worrying about no sickness, no illness. At the end of the day, if you know anything about the man that I pray to, you ain't gotta worry about that type of stuff. Oh, let's get that out of here. All right. When is the draft? April 20. I don't know, 23rd or 4th or something like that. I know I'm getting there at like on the 22nd or something like that. I got to look it up. I'm getting there on like the 22nd or the 23rd. Whatever that Wednesday is, that's when I'm arriving late at night. And I'm actually leaving out now on Saturday. I wanted to leave Sunday, but Saturday and Sunday is a $400 difference. And like I told y'all before, I got 5 babies. That 400, you know what I do with 400? What? That's a Merino jersey. You know what I do with 400? I'd rather the 400 Merino jersey than going ahead and just waiting another day to for the tickets. Actually, last week it was a $400 difference. This week it was like $600 difference. It's crazy. The flight that I was trying to get is like $900 to fly out of Vegas back to Florida. I was like, what? Nah, straight. This is hilarious because this will be the first time I meet TD and Bray. She said Bray instead of Bree. Oh, I'm gonna tell him Finsanity. Yeah, that will be funny. Finsanity, man. Hey, we finna have some fun. I'm glad TD understands now why I am leaving Saturdays. Oh, yeah. I get it. Because you know I wanted to leave Sunday. But now I'm straight now because I realized, too, these flights ain't short. I'm used to 3-hour flights. This 5+, 5.5 hours or something like that. I don't remember, whatever they said. I know the tickets are booked. Now I need to go ahead and get my room. And then look into what type of transportation I want. Do I want to rent a car? Do I want to just go off of public services? Do I want to shuttle certain type things? Is everything gonna be close? I don't know. I'll figure that out when the time comes. The most important thing is done. TD's gonna be in the city. It's all that matters now. Now the city shuts down because TD gonna be there, baby. It's party time. Ooh. Oh man, somebody said Uber. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, you hear all these Uber horror stories. Uber in a whole nother city like Vegas. Nah, I ain't trying to wake up in Mexico. I'm just saying, man. TD a precautious one. I'm just saying. We'll see. I'd rather have my own. We'll see, man. Man, rent a car, TD. Yeah, Chris, trust me. That's probably going to be my route anyway. Just get on Ball Games, Learjet, TD. Man, Ball Game tripping, man. Talk about I got to pay for the fuel, man, for his jet, man. It's not that way. Shout out to the XFL. Very entertaining game so far. I couldn't even catch it, man. We've been so busy. I know y'all seen my little SeaWorld in and out yesterday, man. So give y'all a quick look because I know I've been missing for a few days, but sometimes you got to just stop and family. Because you go so hard, TD Fans Talk. You're like, all right, let's go family. So had to have a moment of that. So I know y'all understand that anyway. Mexico ain't safe, fam. That's why I said I don't want to wake up ending up in Mexico. I want anyway, I got some people backstage. I'm gonna bring them forward, man. We're gonna have some conversations, chat it up. But like I said, TD in Vegas now, all right. We in Vegas and we're gonna see who we draft, but I'm gonna be there to see it, man. Oh gosh. That's when the nerves start. But shout out to the homie Darik in the building. What's up with you, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great, man. You on your cell phone right now?
Yeah.
You can turn it to the side if you want for landscape. It'll give you a bigger view. If you got your screen rotate on, you know.
Give me a sec.
Nah, you good.
All right, we're good.
All right, perfect, man. That's what's up, man. Let me see. Is Casey there, man? Is Casey? Casey with us?
Yo. Hold on.
Oh, Casey, no. Casey paused out, man. Casey gonna have to come back through. His whole screen paused out. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm thinking about going to the draft too. Did they say is it like tickets to actually go to the event, or is it for free?
Well, you have to sign up for the NFL experience, draft experience. So you just go online.
I did.
They'll give you sign up for the draft experience. Usually, because I went 2 years ago to the Dallas one. So usually, what happens is they have all the events outside, you know, play areas, and just it's an NFL experience. You know, I'll probably vlog going through there, live streaming, just showing everybody what it's about. That's not going to be there. It's you know, it's an okay thing to go to. You know, for me personally, it's like whatever, but it's still an experience, so I will partake in that experience. But also, you have admission to the draft that's typically free, but you're usually in a area where general public is located.
Yeah, they hit you with them hotel prices, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, just depending on where you stand, man. I'm the type of person, I mean, why not stay 20 minutes away from the event versus just trying to stay 5 minutes away?
Oh, no, I'm with you on that.
It's all the same. So just find you something right on the outer skirts if you have to. I'm going to be, from what me and my friend were looking at, I'm going to be in the vicinity, not far off, but I still have to finalize those before I speak on it. So,
yeah, I'm going to probably just drive out there. I'm only like 4 or 5 hour drive. So
where you out on the West Coast?
I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. So you ain't that far, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So Casey, I see you in the building. You here, man?
Yo. What's good, Black?
I'm good, man. You got that landscape view?
Hold on.
You know, I got to tell everybody turn their landscape on. See, they ain't even got their landscape on.
I forgot. What's going on?
Nah, I'm messing with y'all, man. Y'all good, man. But yeah, man. Who is that? Okay, but yeah, man. That's what's up. Darik. So 4 hours away, man. Hope you enjoy, man. I'm gonna be in the city Thursday, Friday, and a little part of Saturday, but I'm probably gonna be out of pocket on Saturday. So Thursday and Friday, it all got to go down, man.
All right, cool. I'll let you know.
Cool, man. Who is there? What up, Tony?
Hey, hi guys. How are you today?
We're great, man. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, TD. Let's say the draft is there. Happens during I'm visiting. If I'm already there, do they give discounts if people are staying at the hotels already and stuff?
I have no idea. You got to check with them.
They trying to get every penny they can.
Yeah, all prices have gone up for the NFL draft between flights, hotel, cars. Everything is up right now. If you go check it out.
Did they already do the NFL draft in Miami or in Tampa?
I don't remember. I'm sure they have before, but I don't remember. I've only participated in one. All the other ones, I care less. I remember they had one in New York not too long ago, but I've always cared less about where it's been. But now I know where it is. I know where it is.
I kind of wish it was in Atlanta so we could drive there, so you don't have to fly.
Well, this is the first one. This is the first one I'm actually traveling to. When it was in Dallas, it was when I was living in Dallas, so I was already there. This will be the first one I'm actually traveling to. So yeah, we'll see, man. It's gonna be an event though. It's gonna be fun, man. So
TD, I have a question before you go on.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have to give up for Quentin Dunbar And is he a better cornerback than
What do we have to give up for him?
Yeah, what do we have to give up for him? And when he was healthy, was he an overall better corner than Xavier Howard? Like skill wise? Or were they about the same?
That some people would debate that. Listen, man, I have my personal belief about it, but I would, to be fair, I would put those guys even, but different skill sets and different strengths. Xavier Howard is more like a ball hawk. Dunbar is a just athletic freak that can cover very well. So I like to look at them as two different guys when it comes to comparison. So I put them even because they have two different styles and strengths. What will we have to give up for him? First of all, you have to understand he's going to be warranting a good amount of money. Some people project a certain amount. I disagree. I think it's going to be pretty big because somebody's going to want him. You know, people say, oh, you can get him for X amount of money, but not if a lot of people are really coveting him. So what we would have to give up, I really don't.
First round pick?
Let me go look real quick because I don't remember.
I think he was a first round pick when he was drafted, wasn't he? Wasn't he a first round pick?
I'm gonna give it to you right now. Let me see. Quinn Dunbar. There we go.
Tyreek, how long have you been a Dolphins fan?
I was raised one. The funny thing is, I'm not even from Florida, so.
I like that, man.
Where are you from?
Phoenix.
That's odd. I thought you would be a Arizona Cardinals fan.
Nah, like man. That. Most of my life they were trash, man. Now they're respectable, but people only like them because since Larry Fitzgerald been on the team. Like I remember honestly, when they were in there, like when they had David Boston and all them other and Jake Plummer, and when they were trash.
Yeah, I've been a Dolphins fan my whole life, but I couldn't go to the games because I hated being basic. Half of the time I would go there, it would be all Jets or Patriots fans because most of the fans down in Miami now are not homegrown Dolphins fans. Have you noticed that, TD?
But that's a good thing too, though.
Yeah,
we're stretching out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad grew up a Dolphins fan, and that's just kind of how I got into it. But most of my life, they've been mediocre, so I've never really seen the success. So I'm ready for that.
So you were a Dolphins fan after Marino retired, or when Marino was still playing?
Well, when he was still playing, I was younger, so I really wasn't like in it. I guess as I was now. I guess if that makes any sense. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched like the very end of Marino's career, and then most of my life I've been a fan all my life, but most of the time I've been watching them. They've been mediocre, so I'm just ready for that to change because I want to see them in the playoffs. I want to see a Super Bowl, like you know what I mean. I haven't seen any of that. My dad did that.
Not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I'm still looking for the Quentin Dunbar drafting because I don't remember what round he was in. I don't even think the kid was drafted. I thought he was converted, but hold on. I'm just trying to. Everything I pull up doesn't show a draft. I think he might have actually went undrafted.
Has he even won any Pro Bowls or anything like that?
Me attended. Let me see. Hold on one moment, guys. Yeah, I was right. He was undrafted. Yes, exactly. Because he's the guy, that was converted from a wide receiver to a cornerback.
Oh, okay, that's what I wondered. I thought he was either undrafted or we got him from a team signed him from the Arena Football League or something like that, or and TD, I was reading an article on Bleacher Report talking about what the Dolphins had traded Marino for Montana and how many Super Bowls Marino would have won with the 49ers if he was with the 49ers instead of the Dolphins. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, it's the same as always. A whole bunch of could've, would've, should've. You know, you never know. You never know. I mean, in my personal mind, yeah, Marino might have won several, but again, I'm a firm believer the team makes you or break you. So that's why I always say with that argument about Marino, I'm not Marino, but Drew Brees. We passed on Drew Brees, and I always argue that and say if we would have drafted Drew Brees, he might have never became Drew Brees, the Drew Brees we know today, because the team matters. The team around these guys matter. And you can make great guys not look so great. So that's just my think on it. Oh, I got your reason.
So you think it's a cop out with the whole Marino argument, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Again, Marino thing. You never know. That's the thing. I don't want to jump to conclusions and say yes or no. You never know. That's the whole point behind it, you know? So it's just a tough one, man. What up, Stevie TV?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on with you, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome,
Not
man.
much.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. So I want to ask you guys, since I got quite a few of you guys here with us right now. Shout out to you, Reason. What's up, homie?
What's good, bro? I just wanted to go off that Marino thing because, it's crazy. He only ever had 3 Pro Bowl receivers, Irving Fryer, Clayton, and Duper, right? And and it's crazy because the 3 of them, like for context, the 3 of them only had 10 Pro Bowls between them. Yet Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison, when they were with Manning, had 13 Pro Bowls just between the 2 of them. But I mean, he only ever had one 1,000-yard running back, and he only ever had 4 top 10 defenses during his
team
whole
around you.
During his whole career, right? Like, and the defense, you can't play 2 sides of the ball, right? And another thing, and I know not a lot of people are knocking for Love for his interceptions, but bro, all these people knocking Love for their interceptions, those are people that I'm putting in a new group of people that wouldn't have drafted Marino, because Marino had 46 interceptions in his last 2 years at Pitt, right? If you look at his last year, he had 17.
I didn't even know that, man. Woo.
Brother, his last year, he had 17 touchdowns and 23 picks. So all these people who are knocking Love, I mean, you probably wouldn't have drafted Marino in that era because his last year tape was awful, and then he popped off, right? So
this is why. See, Reason makes one of the greatest points ever. This is why you can't just necessarily go off of stats with college players. You got to look at their skill sets, their intangibles. It's a full. See, some things aren't going to look glaring that can actually be improved or corrected on the next level. Yeah. But a lot of people just look at stats and don't realize some of these guys that don't have the stats, like Jordan Love. What's the when you talk about Jordan Love to all the people who don't want Jordan Love, they only say one thing. And what is that?
The interceptions.
Yeah. But hearing you say what you just said about Marino, I didn't even know that. Yeah. That's a shock.
That 30 for 30.
But I'll also say to anyone, because I know there's a lot of Herbert fans, here's a perfect example, and I hate to go back to this, but you put Love's 2018 tape against any Herbert tape from any year, and Love's 2018 tape blows any Herbert year tape out of the water. That's why, man. Like Love in 2018 showed what he's capable of. Like, people don't realize that he lost 9 starters this year. Like, he literally lost 9 starters. He lost Darwin Thompson, 2 receivers, and basically his whole O-line were all new. And he got a new head coach, and he got a new scheme, and he got a new playbook. So, I mean, if you want to look at him in a comfortable state, go to that 2018 tape, and it's absolutely off the charts, man. Like,
Reason. I watched a 30 for 30 from Elway to Marino. The reason why teams didn't draft Marino because of his tape.
No, it was because of the drug, it was the issues. But it wasn't true. That drug problem, but it wasn't even true, those drug problems. That was all rumors. There was
honestly, and do you believe that the Dolphins actually put that out so no one would draft him, or that's a lie?
I don't know, man. You get character assassination all the time. Like, who leaked that Laramie Tunsil tape right before the draft? You get character assassination come around from me all the time. Like, though, what's crazy is, like, even back then, I don't understand how no one looked into it, because you would have literally found no one to back those claims. Like,
and then they did it the day of the draft too.
Yeah. Like Tunsil got hit the day of the, like, literally, what was that, like an hour before the
Like
draft?
minutes before the draft
Yeah,
started.
yeah. It's just, you see it all the time, right? Like, same with Marino. Like, who spread those rumors and why did no one look into them? Because ever since people have looked into them, they found that there's literally nothing to substantiate those claims. So sometimes you just get, you get agents that leak things because they want their guy at the same position to go higher. You never know where it's coming from, right? Like, we're like officially, like, you guys are seeing it right now. Like, all that Herbert talk, what did that last? That lasted a day. All that Tua to Detroit talk, that lasted a day, and then Bob Quinn came out and said, "Hey, we want to trade the pick." Like, you're like, literally, you are in smokescreen season right now. Everyone's leaking everything, like agents are leaking, teams are leaking, people close to the teams are leaking. So you never know, and you never know what's true, right? Like, people could be leaking stuff just to get you off the trail of someone they want. You know what I mean? Agents leak stuff to boost their stocks, so you don't know what's true and what's not, man.
Mm-hmm.
You really got to navigate through all the BS. So
honestly, if Tua gets drafted by the Lions, I'd rather get Jeff Okuda, because honestly, I understand that we need a quarterback, but in my opinion, I think Okuda's a better overall prospect.
I think the Giants will jump on that because they'll pair him with DeAndre Baker, and they're automatically, and then now they're set at corner. And then they got Jabril Peppers back there in safety. All of a sudden, their secondary is almost literally set. So I actually think they would move off tackle and they would take Okuda at 4. So I still think he'll be gone.
Reason I got one for you. I've heard you a few times. You're not a Herbert fan, correct?
Well, I mean, like, I from day one, I've said prototypical size. I love his arm. I just don't.
Not at number 5.
Yeah, I don't like him, and I think it's a project.
Okay.
So I hear you on that. Reasons the Rosen fan.
If we don't get Tua, I mean, would you prefer them get Love?
Yeah,
instead of Herbert.
And I Daniel Jeremiah, former scout, former scout for 8 years in the NFL. Now he's moved the sticks, big guy for the NFL. He says the same thing I say about Herbert and Love. He says, if you put them up against each other, especially tape-wise, that 2018 tape's gonna just jump out at you way over anything Herbert's done. And the thing is, based on skill sets, it seems like a smarter investment to make that project investment on Love than it does on Herbert, because the ceiling's so high. Like, I saw that someone put it the best way. The most polished quarterback is Tua, right?
Yeah.
Tua is probably the most polished passing quarterback in this draft, right? And the best project is Jordan Love, and Herbert falls in between there somewhere. So what do you want? The best polished guy, or do you want the best project, or do you want the guy with the arm?
Yeah, they were talking about Miami would be for fools not to get Tua. Thing is, I don't hate Tua. I just don't think we can protect him, and I'm just worried about his health. Even though they said he was, doing all right.
If that's your concern, bro, don't get concerned about it. We're gonna have protection for whoever we do have.
Well, I don't know if you're on Twitter, but Twitter was blowing up today over a video of Tua walking into the combine, and Tua, like, he naturally walks with a little bit of a limp. Like, he naturally walks with like a little bit of swagger in his step. So people are like, "Oh my God, he's still limping." Bro, people literally had to post videos, like clips. People had to post clips from the end of Alabama games of him walking off the field to show that he's always walked with that like swagger limp to him, and to disprove, because people were like, "Oh my God, he's still limping." Da, da, da. And people are like, "Yo, calm down. Here's clips from the end of Alabama games. This is how he walks, man." Like,
even if he was hurt, it's like he's gonna sit anyway if we did draft him. So,
well, yeah, and it's only been a couple,
it ain't been that long.
Yeah, exactly. So,
nah, he got that limp, man. That's the hip, y'all. We're gonna drive that narrative.
Yeah. Oh, and reason, do you actually believe the rumors that if the Bengals draft Joe Burrow, that he might sit out and not go into this draft, like try to reinitiate into the next year's draft, be with Fields and Lawrence?
like pull like an Elway or a Bo Jackson type thing.
Yeah.
I think if he gets drafted, he's gonna go. He's already 24. He's already 24, right? So by the time he comes out and start the next season, he'd be like on the cusp of 26 if he did that. And I really think I go back to this. If he gets drafted, man, he's gonna be, and he doesn't go there, he's gonna be hated. Like, do you want to be hated in your own hometown? And I don't think he's gonna want that. I think at the same token, you know, he was just throwing with to Ross, right, from the Bengals at that Jordan Palmer camp. He was just throwing to Ross, the receiver from the Bengals, because TJ Houshmandzadeh, Ross is working with TJ Houshmandzadeh. So I don't know, man. It's such a finicky situation. The only way I would see a trade happening is if the Bengals had something worked out where I firmly believe Herbert is their number 2 guy. And I firmly believe that they would only do a trade if someone took Herbert and added some draft assets to it, and then they made the swap. But that would be like a middle of the draft after Herbert's taken type of trade. I don't think
Ross.
Out.
I bet Ross has been telling him don't come. He's like, hey, don't come, man. Don't come.
Yeah. Hey, man, like, it's just, there are pieces there, but it's a matter of how invested is your owner in making you a winner, right? And I have a.
You can't fix that. You can't fix that either. It ain't like it ain't like a DM or nothing like that.
You can't. And I have a number 9 black Carson Palmer jersey. Because I loved Carson Palmer before he took that shot below the knee, man.
Yeah, I love him too. Coming out of
I don't care what anyone says, they were gonna at least make the AFC Championship that year. Like, the guy got his knee taken out, and on the play where his knee gets taken out, he throws a 90-yard pass to Ocho Cinco down the sideline for a touchdown, bro. I was like, he was wild, man. And
bye, guys. I'll see you in the chat. Bye, guys. I'll see you in the chat.
See ya.
Yeah, man, I think they were geared up for a run that year, man. And, look at, Palmer's come out and said, the reason why he was traded to the Raiders because he told them, I'm going to retire because you guys don't want to win. Like, when you get to that point, oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for anybody who has to go to that situation because if he did it, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, no, me and Ballgame, I brought up the Eli Manning thing in our group chat for the first thing, and then we all talked about it and kind of shot it down. And this was months ago, and we're all like, you know what? He's probably just going to go to Ohio because he's an Ohio boy. And then I had suggested that maybe and Ballgame stuck to it. Ballgame was like, yo, you're probably right. Who wants to go to Cincinnati?
But it worked out for him, though. It worked out for Eli. So, I mean,
yeah, man.
I wouldn't be mad if he did. If he did go that route, it worked out.
Yeah, and what's crazy is Rivers arguably had better teams at certain times in their era. You know what I mean? And he could never get it done with Eli. So I still think Eli might have got it done if he was with the Chargers.
Oh, my little sister in the chat. What's up, baby girl? My little sister here. Y'all gotta go check her out, man. Y'all click on her name. Yeah, she got her own channel. She does a lot of stuff and tutorials, how-to stuff, and with my niece as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So y'all make sure y'all can check her out, man. Your panel doesn't speak to me. Oh Lord, she said hi to the panel.
Hi.
Hello.
Celeste, you can speak to everybody except the one in the top right. He ain't right.
Yeah.
What's up, EM?
What's good, homie? What's good, man?
I'm good, man. How you been, man? Everything good?
Oh yeah, bro. I got a break into action. I'm home at a decent hour right now, so.
Ooh, to let you up early on Monday.
I'm not. I'm not gonna miss the. I'm not gonna miss. I'm glad I'm home early so I can get on. I never miss an episode of TD Foods Talk. So you already know what it is.
TD Foods Talk, Lord.
You already know what it is, homie.
You a man. Breeda G in the building. Yeah, Breon. I told y'all earlier that me and Bree gonna fly in around the same time, and he just texted me. He said, watching the stream. Sorry, bro. Won't be no sleeping when you get there. So obviously he gonna try to have me out all night. I ain't letting it happen, man. I'm going to sleep, man. Hey man, Ian, are you gonna try to make it or what, man? Are you gonna hang out in Dallas?
Nah, bro, that's too much noise for me, homie. That's too much. That's too much noise for me, man. I'm get, you know, I like, you know, I don't like too much noise in my old age. So
man, listen, man. Okay. At least you should try to schedule to be there on Friday when Tua get drafted.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna welcome in Tua in the confines of my living room.
Man, well, you're gonna have to wait 2 days. He going day number 2, second round. You saw that limp today. You saw that limp at the combine.
Here we go.
No. He good. He'll be all right.
Hey, TD.
I wish so. I ain't gonna lie, man. That would be you know, that would be epic.
What did you guys think of Jordan Love's measurables? Like, wow, he had a couple eye-popping ones, huh?
Man,
like,
I'm gonna be, I saw the measurables, but here's my deal, bro.
Buddy, those hands and that wingspan, 80-inch wingspan and 10.48 hands. Holy
but again, y'all not caring about what really has me concerned. Joe Burrow's measurables are trash.
Yeah, do you see those hands? He's got baby hands, bro. He's got little baby hands.
So are we still gonna sit here and ignore the fact that there still could be a potential threat that he doesn't go number 1 overall?
I think there's still a chance, to be real.
But the problem is if he doesn't go number 1 overall, it creates a ripple effect that makes a lot of people unhappy, and we could be one of those teams unless we're trading up. Because if we're not trading up and Joe Burrow doesn't go number 1 overall, then we have bigger problems. Because we even have a scenario where Tua or Jordan Love might not even be there at 5.
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty solid that he's going number 1.
Yeah, he didn't really have fumble issues, right? Like he's got 9-inch hands.
Yeah, he didn't
have fumble issues.
I'm just saying his hands so small he can't even play PlayStation, man. I'm just
saying. Did you see Froms are like 8? Bro, Froms are like 8.
You're wrong for that, TD. You're wrong for that.
Bro, Froms are like 8 3/4 or like 8 7/8 or something like that. Like under 9 inches. Like,
Actually, got a question for y'all. Y'all there? All right. So y'all know y'all been hearing this whole thing about Tua and the Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I just got something hypothetical. I just want to see if y'all would even entertain this if you guys were the Dolphins. Say for instance they really love Tua and they're gonna be there 5. They call Miami up. They say we'll swap you first. The first we'll throw you in.
I better not hear Jack's name come into this. I better not hear Jack's name come into this coming our way.
Oh, no. Okay, I don't want that. No.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right.
No. I do not want that. But we'll swap first rounds, get one of next year, and get one of their Pro Bowl O-linemen.
Okay. First of all, let me say this about the Cowboys.
Okay.
First of all, they wouldn't call the Dolphins first. If they wanted Tua Tagovailoa, they would call Cincinnati Bengals. Because they would say, Cincinnati, you want a franchise quarterback, here's Dak Prescott. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. And they could get that done if they really wanted to. And Cincinnati, I think, is a team that would possibly, like, you see how you hear the reports here and there, and they're set at number 1. They got a chance to get Dak Prescott and the first round pick.
You think so, TD?
Why not, EM? I mean, is that scenario debatable? Think about it. I ain't saying it's gonna happen, but that is literally not far-fetched whatsoever. It's actually easy. It's actually easy on both sides if you really break it down and think about it. And right now, with what's happening in Dallas and how Dak Prescott has put a chip on his shoulder in the way that he's doing these negotiations, the way that he's coming out, they're not even budging, and Jerry Jones ain't budging.
Well, actually, hold on, bro. You're saying that they might like package a deal with Dak to go to Cincinnati?
It's simple, bro. Dak in their first round.
You think they would even want to do that?
Yeah, both sides.
I don't see Cincinnati. Um,
Yeah, they have to pay him.
You
I
don't
don't
see
see
Cincinnati getting a franchise quarterback and another first rounder, regardless this year.
I mean,
And
I'm not saying I don't see it. I'm just saying it's
instead you want to take a new quarterback. Instead, you would take a new quarterback that you're hoping to be a franchise.
Well, you have a new coach there, okay? I think he's more. He's coming from a standpoint of he wants to get his guy. He wants to get. He wants to be a lot of new coaches. They want to have an opportunity to draft their guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that being a realistic.
And
they
run
not in Cincinnati.
Do you think Cincinnati feels he's a franchise guy?
Well,
Say that again.
What's that?
Do you think that Cincinnati would view Dak as a franchise guy?
I don't know.
I don't think so either. The Cowboys obviously don't.
And it's like if they franchise tag AJ Green, you'd be giving them AJ Green, Ross, Boyd, and Mixon with a kind of crappy offensive line, but still weapons. And they run, like I've said before, they run a West Coast offense, which is what Burrow just ran at LSU. So you can just literally slide right in.
I don't think the Cowboys don't view Dak as a franchise guy. They just don't deem him as a $40 million franchise quarterback.
Okay.
So they're willing to pay him. They're just not going to pay him $40 million, and I don't blame them. I can see both sides.
I think 30 is their number. I think 30 is their number because they're comfortable.
It's been their number, and his team has said, "Get out of here with that crazy."
He's crazy, bro.
Which I can't really blame him for, because if you think about the lay of the land, that's the money. Like that puts him in.
That's how, because you look at Dak's resume. Okay, first off, he was what, fourth round? He was a fourth round draft pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and again, I'm not up here calling for Dak Prescott. Don't get me wrong. I hate anything Cowboy related. I hate it, but I'm just being objective. So if you look at Dak's resume compared to where he was drafted and what he's achieved from a individual standpoint and from a overall team standpoint, I get it. He's not the primary reason why they've been to the playoffs. 2 of his 4 years since he's been in the league. I'm not saying but that's the nature of the game. You give credit.
But we can't blame neither team, and neither side. Dak, you have been right with 40 because if you can get it from somebody, then you need to ask for it from the Cowboys, and if they don't want to give it, go get it from somebody. But from the Cowboys standpoint, what I don't like are the people who are saying they're tripping, they're doing him wrong, they need to pay the man. Now I don't like people saying that. Nothing's wrong with that, but don't get mad at them not wanting to give him that either, because then you look at it as, what has he done? One first round game in 3 years?
But I mean, he's been to the playoffs twice
and lost.
And also in the NFC least, bro.
He has no control over that. You got 3 other quarterbacks that play in that same division, and their resume does not stack up to Dak Prescott's.
I agree.
So I don't get into that nonsense about they playing in the NFC least or whatever. You have 3 other quarterbacks in that same division, and their resume is nowhere near close to Dak Prescott.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Wentz would have had an MVP award, and
would have.
Hold on. But if he didn't play like how he did, they wouldn't have been in that position to win a Super Bowl.
You live in a hypothetical world. Stay out of that hypothetical world.
You really think they would have won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles?
It is not what I think. It's what actually happened. It's not what I think. I'm not saying Dak is better than Carson Wentz or whatever. I would take Carson Wentz, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible in this particular debate.
Yeah, but he's got a Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl on his resume, and you can make the argument. Yeah, but you can make the argument. It's on his resume.
Well, okay. Guess what? The Water Boy has a Super Bowl on his resume as well.
Yeah, but I will hold on. If he wasn't having an MVP season until he got hurt literally 2 or 3 games before the playoffs.
Reason.
I would say you're fine.
I 100% agree with you, but you can't go off of what woulda, coulda, shoulda been.
No, what I'm saying is they were in a position to where they were in the league was because of the MVP season Wentz had up until the point he got hurt, and then Full stepped in, carried the momentum, and took it to the house. I'm not going to knock.
I get it. Hey, I agree with that 100%. All I'm saying is, if you're going by and how I'm not saying I agree with it, but how contracts are given to players is based off their individual resume. And all I'm saying is Dak has a legitimate case based on the climate of the NFL in regards to paying quarterbacks. He's got a legitimate case, and I don't blame him for trying to get him. The problem with Dallas is they gave Ezekiel Elliott $50 million. Gave him that big contract.
They did this. No, I think. Well, they did it with DeMarcus Lawrence. Like they gave him stupid money, buddy. He makes like almost $20 million a year, bro.
But if you look at his, it was warranted. He was one of the top 5 edge
well,
rushers.
So was Ezekiel. So was Ezekiel, right? Ezekiel.
But no. I'm not paying a running back. I'm not making that kind of investment in a running back.
Bro, I'm not paying an edge. I'm not paying an edge $20 million, brother.
Hey, for the record,
we're getting into quarterback territory.
I have to do a fact check for the record. Waterboys don't get a Super Bowl ring.
Whatever.
Nah, I know what you meant though. But this is why I can't stand Bree, y'all. This is why I can't stand Bree, one of my best friends. But this guy here, man, this is why every time I see him, we fight on sight. Talk about Cowboy shirt on Thursday, Dolphins shirt on Friday, Falcons shirt on Saturday. You a Mayweather fan, man, and I tell him this every chance I get, and he don't ever try me like, no, it's and then you don't even put the Dolphins shirt on the first day. You put the Cowboy shirt on Thursday, bro. I ain't gonna argue with this guy because he gonna have my blood pressure going up, man. TD, you didn't have to post that, man. Yeah, I did. You're ridiculous, man. This guy's ridiculous, man. But anywho, EM done backed out. Oh, that Tua connection. But anyway, man. But yeah, man. Listen, I don't care what y'all talking about that stuff. The Cowboys could very well move up and grab their guy if they wanted to. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if they wanted to,
they're going to take Javon Kinlaw or Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man.
I think McKinney's the pick because that'll be their safety. And what have they been, we've heard for 2 years Rashad tied to them because they've been looking for that safety to kind of be that little – you talk about the cherry on top of the quarterback when you build your offense, right? And they viewed the safety being that piece. So I think it's going to be a safety or Javon Kinlaw if he's there. It's going to cost too much, man. If we're already hearing prices of what it's costing the Dolphins to move from 5 to 3, and to move from 17 to 3 would be astronomical. So that's
who's that? What's the scenario?
What do you mean? We're talking about no, we were just talking about Dallas possibly moving up, right? And for 2, and I'm just saying to jump from 17 to 3 when I've showed you some of the prices that I've.
How much did you trade Dak Prescott for right now, Reason?
You got to sign him, right?
Yeah. How much could you trade him for though if that happens?
I don't know. Because you run into who were we talking about? What corner were we talking about? Oh, Darius Slay. Remember we were talking about Darius Slay? The problem with the team giving up high capital for Darius Slay, who's arguably a top 3 DB in the league, is he wants to get paid. So a team's turning to Detroit and saying, so you want us to give you a first-round draft pick and then pay this guy $15 to $16 million a year. So we got to give up draft capital and financial capital. And so that's why I don't know, man. I don't think you're going to get 2 firsts for him. Because the team's going to look and I got to give 2 firsts and pay this guy $40 million.
See, Jerry Jones is a businessman.
They did for Laramie Tunsil.
Yep, and listen.
Yeah, but not $40 million. That's what is that?
But Reason, watch this. Watch this.
25% of your cap, man.
Watch this scenario, Reason. Jerry Jones is a businessman. Watch what I do here. How much, if you pick a guy number 3 overall, how much does he make a year?
I don't know. I know what number 5 makes.
What number 5 make?
Between 32 and 35 million guaranteed.
No, per year though. It's about 8.
I know you're guaranteed money.
So let me put it like this, okay? Basically, drafting at number 3, you're on a yearly salary of basically somewhere around 16, 17 or something like that. Okay, this off the top of my head, based off of rest of the scale that I know, okay? Jerry Jones is a businessman. If he's getting his first round quarterback for $17 million, Jerry Jones is gonna say, all I wanted to do was give Dak $30 million. That's a $13 million difference. I'm gonna trade and tell them that I'm gonna pay Dak's contract for $13 million worth of it per year. You see how that works? Why not? See that. Why not?
I don't
Why
see
not,
that,
EM?
Why not? That you reaching out, TD. I don't see that.
No,
any
why not?
bro.
Now they have a $30 million quarterback. They're paying $13 million to Dax for 4 years, and they're paying a rookie $17 million. I got my $30 million right there.
It's going to cost too much
just to make the trade happen.
The jump from 17 to get in the area to possibly to get in the area in the top 10 where you could possibly have a chance in draft. That's some cost. That is way too much, bro, to give up.
Bro, no, it's not. You're talking about the cost. The cost is us trading you Dak for 2 first round picks.
No.
And I'm gonna pay $13 million of his salary. That ain't now are we gonna sit here and say that that's not possible?
So you're talking about the possibility of trading him to Miami? That's what the scenario is?
No, to Detroit at number 3.
Oh, Detroit. No.
You give away Dak and pay $13 million of his salary every year to get back 2 first round picks.
Yeah,
and take your first round pick.
But
what about Stafford? So now you got to move
Stafford. And now you got
Stafford.
to move Stafford, which is going to cost him $30 million against the Tampa if they move off of him this year or next year. I think it's like 25 next year.
1 year. 1 year.
No, bro. There's no way, man.
And honestly, the Cowboys, like, bro,
they going to number 1, man.
Two
ain't gonna say 3. They going to 1.
The Cowboys need a quarterback that's going to be able to play day one, man, because they automatically think they're a contender.
And they already, exactly. They're in win now mode. They think they have a Super Bowl roster right now.
TD, from what I understand, and I told you this, from what I understand,
hold on, Tua can't win a Super Bowl on the Super Bowl roster.
Not right, like we're talking about
now, bro.
Not
his hips will take this year.
What did I tell you, TD? What did I tell you? I told you what I'm hearing. What the Detroit Lions asked for us to move up from 5 to 3. They want 4 of our 5 picks before 60. So if they're asking for number 5,
exactly,
capital,
can you imagine that?
17. And you know why, bro? It's because I told you, it's because they have. It's come out that they want multiple draft picks because they want to address multiple positions on their defense right away. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're asking for all that capital because they could, in the second round, you still could find studs, right? So they're thinking we might be able to get 3 or 4 day one defensive starters from the Dolphins if we make this move. And like what do you call it? The Cowboys don't have the capital in this draft. Like that would be a future capital thing. Like the best chance would be the Raiders because at least they got capital in this draft that's tangible and you could turn it around.
That's why the Dolphins don't need to move up to draft no Tua because you can have 3 or 4 day one starters instead of sending that big old haul.
Well, I think at the end of the day, if Detroit really wants to trade that's what they asked. That's what they asked. Their initial asking price.
It's going to go down.
That price is going to come down, bro. That's just good business for them to ask for the moon.
It's early in the process.
Exactly. The first phone call you get from Miami, of course, that it's just posturing. That's just good business. So if that price is coming down, trust me, that price is coming down. And no, bro.
You guys saw what I said. Mike Freeman from Bleacher Report said. He said, NFC GM tells me Dolphins are already extremely active in talking with other teams. GM,
absolutely,
they're shaping up to be among the biggest factors in this draft.
Absolutely,
they're calling people in the NFC. They're all around them.
Yeah, that's what the Lions are. That's to move up. That ain't to move back, brother.
To move up.
Mm-hmm. All the NFC teams in front of them.
Yeah, but that ain't what that was about. That was just that was trades for some other players.
It already confirmed 2 weeks ago. It already confirmed that the Dolphins have engaged the Lions in trade. That's how we know what they.
No. Oh, in that regards, okay, why not? They should. They have to engage.
That's what I'm saying. They're being active right now to move up. They're being active right now to move up.
No, they're just entering
in general.
That's what I'm saying. They're being active to look how much it's costing to move up.
Yeah, but that may mean nothing when it's all said and done.
No, you want it to mean nothing.
Oh, it's going to mean nothing.
Well,
because we're not getting to it, guys.
What I got from that article, they meant the draft as a whole. They didn't just necessarily mean the first round, but the draft as a whole. So they're going to be extremely aggressive throughout the draft, no matter what round.
I said to this year, we have 13 picks. TD himself has admitted on air we're only going to use 8 or 9 of those picks.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the other 4? They get moved, so we can move up into the back of the first, or into the back of the second, or up into the top 3. We're going to be moving up.
I even think a lot of that draft capital would be unloaded for players on. Already established players on different teams in the league. I think they're going to be extremely aggressive. Extremely.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they add another pick in the first 3 rounds.
Oh, and by the way, I don't mean to side note here, but happy birthday to Coach Brian Flores. Today is his birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Brian Flores. So y'all go check him out. Y'all go check him out on Twitter and go to the Dolphins site and wish him a happy birthday. Show him Miami loves him and all the fans love him. Show the love and support. Hey, Stevie TV, man.
Get it done.
I see you been hanging out down there, man. Everybody said let you speak. Did we cut you? Is there something you wanted to say?
Nah, I'm just taking it all in. It's the first stream I've joined, just trying to interpret what you guys are all saying.
So what do you think is what do you think is going on, man? What do you think we're gonna be doing in the draft?
To me, from Brian Flores coming from the Patriots, I don't really see him trading up. I really don't. I can see him trading down, but not up.
It's my guy right here. This is my guy, Stevie TV. He know what time it is.
Well, Stevie, let me ask you this: and the reason I was talking about this scenario the other day, it might be today, but if the Patriots didn't have their franchise quarterback in Tom Brady for the last 10 to 15 years, do you think Belichick would be, if they didn't have their quarterback, they were searching for a quarterback just like the Miami Dolphins, and they had an opportunity to move up and secure a franchise guy? Do you think he would enter? Do you think he might be more inclined to trade up for a quarterback if they didn't have Brady all these years?
Yeah, I could see that. Okay. Yeah.
Well, the other reason why, you got to take into context. You got to take into context of his trade backs too, guys. He trades back because he's always at the bottom of the first round.
Yeah.
If this guy was in the top 10 and he saw a player he identified that was a game changer, you're damn right Bill Belichick would make a move because it would cost way less than moving up from the 30s to the top 10, right? So you got to take into context when you're always look at San Francisco. There's already rumors coming out that San Francisco is probably going to trade back, and they're at 31 because there's probably not going to be someone on the board that is a game changer for them.
Actually, I heard it was going to be San Francisco, Kansas City, and it was another team, the Patriots. I guess it was the Patriots as well, that they were entertaining trading out of the first round. So in that regard, okay, I know I make a lot of comparisons to New England with this staff, with Flores, obviously from where he came from. He was under that staff for 15 years. But in this particular scenario, I think it won't be. I don't think that's a fair comparison because Miami's in a totally different situation. They're within striking distance of whoever they want to get. Okay, they've amassed all of this draft capital for this reason. Okay, the beginning of the year, they started amassing all this capital for this reason. So they're within striking distance to anybody they want to trade up and get to. So in that regard, in this particular situation, the comparison to New England, I don't think is necessarily valid.
Ladies and gentlemen, they have not been amassing all of these draft picks for this reason. They've been amassing all of these draft picks to be able to select whatever reason they want to use them for.
That's what he just said.
You make it seem like they did it for this reason to move up.
No, he just basically said to control the draft, basically.
Bro, that's what I just said, bro.
All right, I gotta check EM sometime. Make sure.
No, yeah, he said so they can do.
Everything I hear out of this, I'll be wrong.
So they can do whatever they want.
You talking about my headphones?
Hey,
come on, bro.
You got those Josh Rosen headphones, bro.
I know, right?
Hey, that means they gonna come out this year on fire.
No, that means they only work,
hate on
they only
them.
work sometimes, and you're gonna have to get
Hey,
rid of them next year.
no.
No,
You just gotta charge them up.
Yeah.
no, you need to take them and throw them in the trash, bro, because that's what Rosen is. Straight garbage.
Hey, did you see
Garbage.
the new hire for MiamiDolphins.com today, CD?
No, sir. What happened?
Shout out to Travis, baby.
Yeah, they
Shout
hired
out to
our
homie Travis.
they hired our boy Travis Wingfield officially to do a podcast for the
Oh, I
drive.
know for the he's gonna be doing the combine too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I saw he went live today about that.
Shout out to the homie Travis, baby.
Yeah. We always repping you out here, boy.
But you know something? Hey, TD.
You remember we said we got to see if he was right though.
Hey, TD, that's that guy who y'all said pay no attention to. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's that same guy that y'all put on air some streams back.
Yeah, what did we say? What did we say, Ian? Me and you had already concluded that whenever this draft is over, we're gonna see how accurate all of these guys are.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. I mean, yeah.
It's that simple.
I tend to believe that when he says that he's got sources at the Dolphins, now I tend to believe him if they hired him. So, I mean, I'll give him that.
I know, right?
I'll give him that much.
And also, he's gone on several podcasts and made that declaration that people within the organization have been whispering in his ear since day one about Josh Rosen not being in their long-term plans, and also the level of interest that we've had in Tua Tagovailoa. He's got on here and said that.
Level of interest, bro. They don't tell me nothing.
Excuse me.
At the end of the day,
high level.
Yeah, I know, but at the
high level of interest.
And I agree, he has said that. But at the end of the day, you can be as interested if you want. If someone jumps you, you're screwed.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we have to let it play out. But what I'm saying is, from the standpoint of his player evaluation as it relates to the Dolphins, okay, his draft projections, rumors and all of that kind of stuff. He's got a high accuracy rate on things that he puts in his podcast, on topics that he puts in his podcast. That's all I'm saying.
So now we're not going to get any inside information.
That's what I told TD. That's what I told him. I said now he's going to have to rear back on some of that stuff because now he's actually with the team.
Now there's no inside information, huh?
Maybe not.
I don't think it'll be as prevalent.
Or now he's used as the number one smoke screener.
Oh yeah,
is that what it turns into?
We've never lost when he's in the press box, Did you know that? We've never lost a game when he's in the press box.
Yeah, I remember you said that. That was a little creepy.
He's like 6-0 or something like that. It's crazy. No wonder they hired him. I'd hired him too.
I've been following Travis for a long time, bro.
You know what, TD? I will say when it comes to Dolphins, he is one of the better Dolphins guys who breaks down film. He's one of the better ones out there.
I've been following him for at least 3 years. I know.
Yeah, Him don't learn a thing.
I learned.
What's his name?
Travis Wingfield. Go on Twitter. He's at Wingfield NFL.
Yeah, I don't even have a Twitter, but I might have to get one now.
You can just search Travis Wingfield. He used to do the Locked On Dolphins podcasts and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
But that's the guy
very active on Twitter. You want to follow him?
That's the same guy, y'all. That's the same guy y'all disregarded. They said he knows nothing.
See, there go EM again. Talk about we disregarding people. Like I said, these same people be wrong this time of year, and then here's how they escape it too. Oh, the only reason we didn't get to is because that team jumped us. Okay, all right.
No. I'm not just talking about the Tua situation. I'm not even talking about just the Tua situation. I'm talking about the player evaluation, the whole nine, everything. Player analysis.
Yeah. Nobody's ever argued with you about his player evaluation.
Reason. How many podcasts that I send in the group chat about topics that we've talked about on this stream, and Travis would go basically break down the similar. I'm not saying exactly. I'm not saying he's listened to our stream and then he does a podcast on that. I'm not saying that as well. But it's been several times, and you know that, TD. I've sent y'all podcasts in our private chats and of specific topics that we had about players over the course of the year.
It is actually creepy, TD, because like we've done a panel, and then the next day we listen to like 3 yards per carry or Travis, and they're talking about the same.
They're talking about the exact same
and
thing.
We're like, yo, that's kind of weird, man. Like,
it is. And I told you, TD, how many times have I sit there in our private chats and y'all just totally disregard it? I don't care. I'm not gonna even waste my time. That's what y'all would say. This is keep going on. Y'all would.
We don't disregard. The thing is, again, no matter how much credibility we give people, it's still their opinion.
Well,
opinion.
And to play devil's advocate, even the most credible people are wrong at times too. Right?
I agree.
That's the whole thing with Todd McShay and what's his name?
Yo, did you see them arguing? Did you see them arguing over Daniel Jones, and Kuiper started calling McShay delusional?
I saw it. That's the first.
That's not like me and TD, bro.
I was like, yo, it's TD and yeah, okay.
That was the first though when I saw that. That's why I tell y'all, people like Travis and stuff like that. What you're saying, Ian, for the record, when he's breaking down film and things like that, of course, a lot of times he's spot on. But whenever he comes to giving his opinion on, this is what I think the Dolphins are about to do, I listen to it and I digest it and I say, yeah, I can see that. And that right there, I don't see that possibly happening. And you're the one who comes, Travis said,
No.
That's his opinion.
No. In that regard, when he's giving his opinion, I tend to agree with you. I'm talking about from a player I'm talking about the X's and O's of football. That's what I'm talking about.
So watch this. Name the player
that's all I'm talking about.
Watch this. Name the player that we disagreed on the X's and O's. I already know who you're gonna name.
Well, you know, Jerome Baker.
Bro, no, I thought you was about to say Rosen. I haven't argued. I have never argued with you about Jerome Baker.
No, they've actually him and TD and Ballgame have actually agreed with your assessment that day he's out of position.
I've never argued about Jerome Baker. That's why when you say Travis said it, I'd be like, okay, and I may agree with that. But then when it comes to the opinion, I only disagree about the opinion things. You love posting those opinion things in the chat.
I don't post his opinion. I don't post anything that's opinionated. I go primarily off the X.
Nobody right now. What example are you talking about where we disregard him?
Well, what I'm saying, I'm talking about that Jerome Baker situation when we were talking about his scheme fit in this particular defense.
And I said to you about Jerome Baker.
Bro. Initially, TD, when we first had this conversation, you and Ballgame were. Initially, I'm talking about in the very beginning, but then y'all kind of, you kind of, cooled on, y'all.
I gotta ask
what y'all were saying initially.
Was I at first saying Jerome Baker is a scheme fit? Was I?
Yeah, you were.
See, hold on. This is my take. My take from what I heard, the disagreement lied in TD and Ballgame agreed that he is out of position, but they disagreed with you that we should get rid of him or move on from him.
I disagree that we should get rid of him.
I am talking about initially. Reason wasn't on the panel in the beginning, bro. He was not on the panel in the very beginning. I'm talking about from day one when we had this initial conversation. You and Ballgame was sitting up here saying that I was crazy about my evaluation of Jerome Baker as a fit in this defense. That's facts, bro. Just keep it 100. That's all I'm saying.
Fit in this defense, I do disagree. He's just out of place, though. That's all. Well, hey, listen, EM. I'm gonna sit here right now. I'm gonna give you a gift. I'm gonna say that since I don't remember ever saying that,
you don't.
I did.
You don't have to.
You're right.
Need for that. No need for that. No need for that at all. No need for that at all. No need for that at all. Reserve your comments, please. I'm good.
Like I said, when this draft is over, we're gonna know a lot about who was wrong and who was right in a lot of scenarios.
That's why, you know what? That's why I'm like this. Look.
No, that's the last thing you've been doing.
Hey. All your fan base, all these idiots in the comment section that come at me on a week-to-week basis. Look.
Nah, that ain't what happens, man.
We will see in about a month, in about 2 months, we will see exactly who was right on their, their declaration. We'll see soon.
I mean, hey, if you go by what Matt Miller said on this weekend, like Like it could be. He kind of echoed what that NFC GM was saying, but just in a different way, right? Because per Matt Miller, and I quote, "I'm told by many evaluators connected to the Dolphins that GM Chris Greer will want to keep pick 18 to land an offensive tackle," said one scout. "Don't be surprised if they ultimately move up from 5. They move up from 5 and 18 to get Tua Tagovailoa and a tackle." So
I did see the tackle talk because here's the deal. They would have to move up ahead of number 13 to get a tackle that they're happy with.
I agree with that.
Because if they don't move up from ahead of 13 to get a tackle, all the tackles that would make them feel comfortable will not be there, and they might as well stay at 18.
Do you know why that is? You know why, TD? Because your two right tackles, Jedrick Wills and Tristan Wirfs, you're right. They're going to be gone before 13 because they're two of the top 4 guys.
You got 4 teams that literally die hard need a tackle.
Yeah.
That need a tackle and are projected to definitely go get one in the first round. So that's where the issue. If they really want to get a tackle, they got to move up possibly in the top 10. And if they do that, how many assets are you planning on giving up from going to 18 to 10?
But see, listen.
Go from 5 to 3. We're getting really.
Yeah.
But I think free agency is going to determine whether that will be entertained or not. If they're able to secure a tackle or 2 tackles and a guard, or the combination of 2 guards and a tackle, I think that that Miami might not be as inclined to make that move. You know what I'm saying? So
the problem
that's why.
Go ahead, bro.
But I think that's why the whole draft talk and all these scenarios, free agency, you get that clears up a lot of what potentially what teams can do in the draft. So again, I don't think Miami will be inclined to entertain the trade back up into the top 10 to secure a tackle if they're able to sign, two tackles on a guard, or if they're able to.
I don't see us like a guy with Jack Conklin, right? Like I don't see us setting the mark because he's going to want to set the market for the right tackles, and I don't see us setting the mark. Like I see us setting the market more for a Tooney because of the familiarity than a guy like Conklin.
The problem we have at the tackle position in free agency is
so expensive, bro.
It's not as deep as people think, and the guys who are available. You might as well have paid Tunsil.
Yeah, you're right. I agree 110%.
Because the price is actually more than what we would have paid Tunsil now for the few guys that will be available that we want, right?
Well, I don't think the reason Tunsil was dealt because Miami didn't want to pay him. I firmly believe that
they gave away the pay. What they gave away.
Yeah, exactly. So
we would have paid Tunsil.
I think they would have paid him, but I really don't think now. I don't want Jack Conklin to break the bank. I'm not saying that, but Miami's in a position where okay, that's fine if they make him the highest paid right tackle. He's warranted. The dude is outstanding.
I'm just saying I don't see him doing it. Is what I'm saying.
I do. I see him entertaining that. I do.
What's the cost? What's the cost of that?
He's gonna command at least from 13 to 15, maybe.
Yeah. I was thinking 13 to 14.
I don't know why my mind was right at 15, like immediately.
Yeah.
We're talking about this new structure with the NFL and stuff.
Well, and here's the other thing, TD. Have we talked about this? With no CBA in place, now we got the transition tag, we got the franchise tag, but they also don't know how much money they're going to be able to push forward because of the cap.
And people don't understand what you just said.
Worst time for us to have all this money, man.
That's a big discussion. No, EM. That is a big discussion.
I disagree with that. They have an idea. They might have it. They don't have a signed contract, but they have a good idea of how that CBA is.
So what if we do?
They have a good idea.
Yeah. What if we do get stuck where we can't bring any money over? And you realize we got to use it all right now.
bro.
You
Now
know
we're
how many
forced.
locked-in
Now we're-
contracts we would have to. Oh my gosh, that would be a disaster with all these young guys. With these young guys coming up for deals.
Well, at least we get Conklin and Byron Jones.
Oh,
And again, I would only, TD, your scenario, I would only be okay if you're doing that. If you're bringing in a lot of older, guys that are older in the tooth, you know what I'm saying? That we can, if you make a sound investment on a player that's in his prime, okay, like a Jack Conklin, he's 26 years old, okay. He's arguably the best right tackle in all of football.
I agree.
And you make that he's a worth this. That's why you have to make smart, sound investments. I'm not saying go crazy. I'm not saying go crazy and just throw money at everybody. Make smart, sound investments. So the CBA situation is irrelevant. He's going to be on your roster. We're paying him accordingly. We're expecting to get 2 to 3 Pro Bowl caliber years out of him, no matter what the CBA is. So just make sound investments. That's how the CBA, that issue, bro. They have an idea of how things are going to unfold, bro. That's all for theater. All of this uncertainty and this, that's all for theater, bro.
I agree because I think at the end of the day they will work something out. I just have to entertain the scenario of it not going that way because it is possible, even though we know they'll fight to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's the issue with making sound decisions. If you know you got to spend all your money now, you're gonna make sound decisions. But if you know that you got the money later, you're not gonna make all those same decisions. You're gonna pass on a few sound decisions because you want to save some for next year. And that's where the issue comes because if you get stuck saying that you have to spend it all now, I could see the Miami Dolphins potentially leaving $30 million on the table and just letting it go to waste.
I got a question for y'all.
Well, that'll leave him roughly about 55, 60 for a free agency then?
Yeah, it's still good.
But again, a couple of moves, a couple of cuts, there you go. You cut Albert Wilson and Rashad Jones, there's your money for Jack Conklin. Start there. There's your money for Jack Conklin.
Albert Wilson out here talking, man. Say, hey, he plan on coming back.
He can talk all he wants to. If it comes, and again, I'm on record of saying I would entertain that, but I'm shaking him down. But if it comes down between us securing Jack Conklin as opposed to Albert Wilson, I'm telling you, I got Albert Wilson's bus ticket sitting on my desk right here, bro.
I rather
I'm telling you.
Everyone would agree with that, bro. I think
spending that kind of money on a right tackle, I'd rather put it on a left tackle because our quarterback gonna be right-handed.
Bro, it's gonna be the left hand of God. Who are you lying to, bro?
What we doing as far as the ends go? D-line.
I think we're spending money. I think they're actually going to spend money in free agency and not address it in the first round when we're hearing all this Judon talk and all these ends and these D tackles. I think it's going to be. I think that's where the money is going to go, is the defensive line in free agency.
This is what I think they'll do. I think they're going to address edge rusher in free agency, and I think they're going to entertain a true nose tackle. Now it might be the guy TD was talking about. It could be. I prefer Michael Pierce. We all know that. But you got Danny Shelton out there. You got Snacks Harrison out there who just released from Detroit. Yeah. He gives you that perfect scheme flexibility. I mean, he's a little long in the tooth, but I would entertain making a less investment financially on him and bringing him because he's still playing at an extreme high level.
The amount of Flores memes and pictures connected to the Snacks Harrison release was absolutely hilarious. He is a Flores guy. He's super expensive.
He is. Exactly.
So would you guys say we go after Conklin and a DN in free agency?
Oh, absolutely.
And a D tackle too. And a nose tackle. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think they're going to target 2 offensive linemen and 2 defensive players, either on the edge rusher and a possible nose tackle. That's what I think.
So what did we do with their second first rounder then?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Their second first rounder, if they don't trade it away, number 18, what are they going to do there?
Tackle.
Left
side.
So would we have gotten it wrong if we go in free agency and get our right tackle and somebody leapfrog us and draft to him?
No, because then now you can go add the left tackle. And you probably already added a guard. Brother, I said at the same token, as much as I want Tua, bro, and it's not based off of a love or a fandom for the guy, it's because of what I've seen on tape. His skill set is freaking ridiculous. So that's why I want Tua. But aside from that, brother, what have I always said, TD? Even if we don't get Tua or TD or he comes here and he doesn't work out, at least we'd have a stellar O-line where we can do what you always say and plop a quarterback behind that, and we don't got to worry about them taking 40 freaking sacks a year. You know what I mean? You know what, bro? And what's great about if you have a good O-line, TD, and we draft a new guy and Tua doesn't work out or we don't get him, that new kid, you know what? You can have more, maybe a little bit more, a sliver more than 3.5 seconds to make your decision because you're new in the league, bro. You know what I mean? Give you that room to get your processing and your decision making quicker and better because you'll have the protection, bro. Like offensive line, as much as they help veterans, bro, they're an absolute savior for young quarterbacks. I mean, look at what Dak's developed into because of that offensive line.
I would listen. If we go Conklin in free agency, and we slide Jesse Davis back inside on the right side as a right guard, I told you I would start cross training exclusively. Maybe not exclusively, but I would start seriously cross training Michael Dieter as a center because I think his skill set would translate to that position a lot better at this stage than left guard.
And what do you do on left guard?
I'd go target.
I would sign Joe Tooney from New England, and I would draft our left tackle in the first round.
And you know what? And I keep telling you guys, in the 3 to 5 area, you're gonna find guards that are gonna be could be potential day one starters. So I would even double back up on that guard in the
3 to 5 area. What do you mean by that?
The round 3 to 5.
Rounds 3 to 5. And see, I think I know our offensive linemen, our starters, obviously, we saw what we got this year, but what they gained this year was invaluable experience. Okay. So I think Miami, they on the offensive line now, they have enough developmental foundational players in Dieter, I like Shaq Calhoun a lot. Okay. I know I'm probably gonna get killed for this, but I like Davenport's skill set as a left tackle. He is extremely athletic for that position.
I was advocating for him.
Yeah, you're right.
I just think he needs to be polished up more.
Exactly. He needs to get stronger because he struggles with power players. That was his problem. It wasn't a lack of athleticism. And power players is what he struggled with. I.e. Dallas Thomas. But hopefully he can, he'll get more dedicated to his craft. And he'll develop the necessary functional strength to perform at better than what he did moving forward. So I think they have 3 solid foundational pieces, bro. I really do. Developmental. And you bring in starters, they can learn behind those starters. You know what I mean? So what was a weakness this year, another training camp, another OTAs, another year under their belt to develop behind those starters. Our offensive line, which was a weakness, now becomes somewhat of a strength.
So, do you think the O-line will help Josh Rosen with his processing speed?
No.
You better for him?
He said no.
Nah. Oh, hey. I'm off that Josh Rosen. I'm done with Josh Rosen.
Crazy.
Call it what you want. Call it what you want. I'm done with Rosen. Listen. For the record, if he turns out this year to be what we all wanted him to be when they made that trade last year. I told Ball Game months ago, he was killing me in a private chat with Josh Rosen. I said, well, look, he said, all I'm saying, EM, is if Josh Rosen turns out to be anything, will you give me an apology? I said, absolutely. And I'll be glad to give it to you.
I'll be waiting on it too.
Hold on. EM said he's going to take Ball Game and his wife out to dinner.
No, yeah, he said he will pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. I witnessed, and I said witness. So hey, don't get out of that.
I will send him some money that he take his lovely wife out, for dinner if that happens. I just don't think it's likely. But we'll see.
I think Michael Dieter. I'm not going to talk about Josh. What's going to happen with Josh is going to happen with Josh. I think Josh is going to shock a lot of people. But
I'm trying to get EM and Madden.
Either way it goes. At this point right now, I think Dieter did a decent job considering he's a kid out there this year going against some really stellar and strong grown men. So yeah, he got to get in the gym, but you know, I think as fans and as people close to this game, we forget a lot of times that these dudes are 1 year removed from playing against other kids. They still kids.
Yeah, man, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
So what Dieter, to me, I'm not critical of evaluating and holding Dieter to some unrealistic standard until he has completed his second year in the league. If I don't see a vast improvement in technique from him this year going into his third season, then I'll start criticizing him. But for me, I don't even criticize most kids until they get into that third year because that growth curve is humongous.
Ball game. People don't actually people only think quarterback or like linebacker are hard to play. People really don't realize how hard it is to play.
The line is no joke, bro.
Especially to be a tackle. Especially to be a tackle, it's even like, dude, the talent you're up against next level athletes when you get to the stage.
Well, I look at it like this. As far as Michael Dieter is concerned, he's worth the continued investment because I like his skill set. But I don't think it's necessarily technique that he struggled with the most. I think it's just functional strength that he has a problem with. And so I think, I'm not saying, bro. I know I'm aware of what his age is and all. I'm just saying he didn't perform. All I'm saying is, and I agree with that, he will. But I think at this stage, that's why I prefaced everything that I said. At this point in time, his skill set would be, I think, it would be, more translatable to the center position at this stage because I think he has an aptitude to handle that position. He did it in college consistently. Okay, and his game at this stage is more he's more athletic as opposed to, again, the functional strength. You know what I'm saying? So he would necessarily, the center position generally is not lined up one-on-one, depending on the scheme and depending on the situation with what the opposing defense is doing. So, but generally the center position is not necessarily, you're not lined up as much one-on-one with guys and trying to move people one-on-one as opposed to being a guard or a tackle.
Yeah, you're the help. You're the help.
Exactly, you're the help. So I think that's what I'm saying at this stage is, if we bring in a player like Joe Thuney, because Joe Thuney is a pro, he's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now. So we know if we bring Thuney in and we make that kind of investment, that kind of financial investment, he's not going to beat out Joe Thuney. We all know that. So I think he needs to cross train him at center. He bring Kilgore back. Even I've killed Kilgore on there. And but bring him in and start cross-training Dieter. And I think Dieter could be even next year. I think he could be an outstanding center. I really do, bro.
If we're switching to Shane Gailey's scheme, then it'll be a perfect and seamless. It should be a perfect and seamless transition for him because Gailey's scheme is a vertical zone run scheme. So
exactly.
The only thing he'd be required to do is get cross space. Going either left or right, and then help block.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
exactly. Which is why I think it'll be a seamless transition for a better at this stage. Now he could develop once he gets more years under his belt and he gets his man body, he develops into his body. Yeah, absolutely, he can get stronger and whatnot. But I'm saying at this stage, and
I think Anthony had a really good point too in the chat is that Dieter, when you playing guard, bro. A lot of times, as a rookie, the guard position, those interior positions are predicated off your success. A lot of times, is predicated off of the guy calling the signal next to you. You leaning on him for guidance. And when Kilgore went down and Kilgore was hurt, that's stunning his growth a lot because they slid Bain, right? That's how I pronounce his name.
Yeah, Bain.
Slid him in at a couple games at center, and it was okay, but it wasn't the same. Michael had his best games when Kilgore was in there. But I'm with you. If they slide him to center, then yeah, and if we can get Conklin and Thuney.
Oh, buddy.
I'm telling you, bro.
That allows Davis to get slid back inside to right guard.
Absolutely. His natural position, I think.
a left tackle and get a left tackle in the draft, that's a pretty formidable whole line, in my opinion.
Oh man! Overnight.
If that scenario actually happens, we have killed the offseason.
Yeah, bro.
We have totally killed it.
And if they get an edge on top of it,
I
want
that. But if we can satisfy that old line in free agency, I'm good. The edge for me is a bonus.
Yeah. And also, I think my opinion, they need to get a nose tackle ASAP.
I think we need a guy that can do nose and play.
And you know what, ball game? That man is Snacks Harrison, baby.
Yeah.
He's a little already too.
He's a Flores guy, bro.
Hey, he would be the perfect short-term solution, and you can sign him cheaper than what Michael Pierce and these other guys will command, and then bring back John Jenkins as depth, and you solid, and we solid for the next 2 years,
bro. Yeah. And then you can try and sneak a guy like Jordan Elliott in the second or third, and bro,
behind him.
Oh, buddy, that guy. People are sleeping on him too, man. He's gonna be. I think he's from Mizzou. He's gonna be a monster, brother.
So so I hope so. Those are all realistic scenarios. I like engaging about possibilities of it. Entertaining possibilities, realistic possibilities, as opposed to TD's Madden Ultimate Team based scenarios. So yeah, it's all good.
Well, they're supposed to have this CBA done by Wednesday, right?
Supposed to.
Man, JJ Watt, why are you doing that on Twitter, bro?
What did he do?
When he said that's a hard pass on the CBA. Yeah. And then players started liking it, and it's like, dude, you're supposed to be a leader, man. You don't do that on social media, man. Put your Twitter fingers away, bro. So
I don't even follow Twitter, man.
It's all over that. It's all over that 4.5% or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think they want it up to 5 if they go to 17 games.
4.5%.
Yeah, the revenue share or whatever.
No, it's 0.5% more they're trying to give them.
Yeah, they're trying to go up to 5%. They offered them 4.5% if they do the 17 games.
You mean more? You mean 45.5? You talking about the revenue? Yeah, the revenue.
Yeah. They want to go up.
That 0.5% is pennies. No, that's pennies compared to the game. They're getting another game.
Well, yeah, but when you look at the revenue generated from it, it ain't necessarily the pennies though, because you're talking about jerseys, you talking about everything. You talking about concessions. That's a whole nother 16 games and 16 different locations. That's a lot.
Well, yeah,
but they're taking away
the TV money, all of that.
You're adding a game to the regular season.
I'm talking about for the players'
season, and now we're gonna have
players' perspective. It's finished.
And now we're gonna have 6 games on Wild Card Weekend under this proposal.
Yeah, so they just don't like it because they're saying that people don't realize 16 games alone and your body's already bruised up. People don't realize
all they gotta do to fix that. All they gotta do to fix that is increase the number of available players
on game day.
From 53, bump that up to
60,
and you're good.
And they're getting 2 bye weeks. If they accept the proposal, they're getting 2 bye weeks.
Man, but they're taking away 1 preseason, right?
Yeah. That's why everybody generally get banged up anyway in preseason. Because dudes still coming back off of vacation, going out there trying to solidify themselves and prove themselves to the rookies. Like, I got my spot still, and then they go out there and pull something.
Trust me, it's more football in my eyes, so I'm for it. These players don't want to hear it.
I'm all for it, bro.
Did you guys see the numbers? How bitter are the Steelers and their fan base after seeing of how many playoffs they've missed out? If they would have had that new proposed playoffs, they missed out on 6 playoff run,
right?
Yeah.
What's up with you, Rashad? What's going on, man?
What's happening?
What's going on? Why don't you talk to us, man? Tell us what you're thinking about this team right now, man.
I'm praying we're going in the right direction, but from what I just read, we're looking at Jerry Jeudy for some strange reason. I don't know why, with the 5th pick. But we're thinking about also trading up to the top 3. I sent you and Finsanity a tweet.
Yeah, I just saw it.
That's the Jerry Jeudy one. And they're saying they're standing at 18 for a tackle. I'm with it all, but we need improvement everywhere. I'm not against Jerry Jeudy because everybody's hyped over Preston Williams.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening with the investments we made recently on the wide receiving core.
Yeah, we signed
Jerry
a lot of
Jeudy with the needs that we have.
Yeah.
I personally feel like they need to prioritize that O-line, that D-line, or going ahead and securing their quarterback if that's what they want to do.
Say it again. Let
me ask you a question. Who we signed at that position that right now Jerry Jeudy can't beat out for the position?
Parker
been there. We just finally seeing the resurgence of a guy that really and truthfully stayed healthy long enough to actually put enough on film for us to see. We drafted him off of pure ability, not what he had on film, but what he could possibly be. So now he's just fulfilling that now. So aside from him, who else couldn't Jerry Jeudy beat for a position?
He can beat every single one of them. Hell, he'll beat Parker out possibly. I mean, if you want to keep it up.
I don't think so. I don't see
you
that.
Need both. You need what he brings to the table. We need it.
He's better than
I'll put money on the table. Oh, bro, yo,
I'll be right back. Y'all have at it.
Yo, if you're going yards after catch, it's CeeDee Lamb all day over Jerry Jeudy on Yak.
I'm for CeeDee Lamb too.
I'll put money right now. CeeDee Lamb first. Because I'm hearing Kyler's pressing the Arizona Cardinals to get off a tackle and draft his boy CeeDee. So I'll put money down that CeeDee's probably going to be the first receiver off the board.
I like Jerry Jeudy.
Jeudy ain't going at 5. Bro.
I like TD. I like Jerry Judy's skill set. I really do. I don't want people to take this the wrong way, but I'm not entertaining a wide receiver. First of all,
and he's one of the best route runners I've ever seen.
First off, the depth at that position in this draft is the best they're saying in history potentially. So you're gonna be you can attack. You can get quality from rounds 3. Potential starters now from rounds 3 to 7, and even in the undrafted.
I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if they did it, I can't argue it because he's the best receiver in the draft. So
we definitely have more needs than wide receiver.
We got more needs than wide receiver though.
Now if he slides to 18 or 26,
that never happened.
Okay. If he slides,
it'll never happen. He ain't making it out the top 10.
That would definitely be on the table. But at 5, absolutely not. I'm not entertaining that because we already had a position of strength, in my opinion, at wide receiver. Anyway.
I don't see either one of them getting out the top 10, truthfully.
Ruggs is the only one out of the top 3 that have the potential to be there around 18.
Yeah. And he's a speedster.
He's perfect for the slot. I'm not taking a slot guy at 18.
Nah, not at 18.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, man. Yo, 4th, 5th round, draft my boy Tyler Johnson out of Minnesota, bro. Go look at his numbers, man. Go watch his game. Bro, that guy was in the top 10 of every major statistical category in college football this past season. But everyone's sleeping on him because when they came to Minnesota, only people talked about their defense. They didn't talk about.
You know what?
Because they got Tanner Morgan, who's going to be a top 5 quarterback next year.
If we cut Albert Wilson, if we move off of Albert Wilson, okay, there's a player coming out this year from TCU that fits that exact same profile.
Jalen Rager. That's who I've been talking about. Jalen Rager, bro. I've been talking about him for months.
We're talking about Rager for months, though.
Yeah, bro. These are going to be arguably. It's going to be him or Ruggs as the fastest guys in the draft.
He might even be arguably the fastest guy in the draft.
No. We can't forget about. What that boy name is? Reason. The cornerback.
Gladney.
From Florida.
Gladney.
From TCU as well.
Gladney from TCU, the cornerback. That boy gonna run. That boy is running real fast.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I would actually take him if he's there with our first, second round pick. I would take that guy in a heartbeat, bro.
Hey, and I don't really get over the top enthused about watching kids run fast because I think sometimes, okay, you just fast, but what can you do with that? That boy fast and good.
Yeah, he
He fast and covering everything.
Yeah.
But see that kid, but whatever is Rieger, whatever.
Jalen Reagor.
He's so diverse, bro. He gives you that Albert Whistle potentially kickoff and return skill set. He gives you. He plays every position. He plays inside, out, the boundary.
Outside. Yeah.
He gives you all of that diversity.
Yeah. He had a terrible.
He's a King Grant fast. He's a King Grant fast figure.
He is. He might even be pushing on Tyreek Hill, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. He's legitimately.
He's an absolute burner. Burner. Yeah. So I think he would be especially if we move off of Albert Wilson, he gives you that exact same skill set, but he's just a notch faster. Wilson is faster.
He does have a little bit of the Judy problem that Judy had this year. Like no one talks. Yeah, like Reagor has had a little bit of drop issues like Judy. That's it though.
Yeah, but you're not selecting me. Okay, well he's not going to be a primary guy. He's just going to be a complimentary guy.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Put him in the slot. Just give him exactly what Albert Wilson's role was. Exactly.
Buddy, I've said if we come away from that second and we get Reagor and Gladney in the second, I've said for a long time, like, oh my God, that would be absolutely disgusting. And they go to the same school.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I definitely think if he's there third round, maybe that second round pick, we'll see how the draft unfolds, but if that scenario happens, I'm gonna be banging that table. Well, I hope Chris Greer and Ryan Flores will be able to hear me. And I'm gonna be slapping that table, baby.
Yeah, but I agree. This is they're calling it historically the deepest wide receiver.
I saw this thing from I saw this thing from Kuiper again. He's got Swift coming to us too.
I saw that as well.
But you said
DeAndre Swift, right?
You don't like Swift?
No. He looks like Drake to me. No.
He look like him, but he ain't him.
Nah, bro.
I've been watching tape, and it's not
Swift, man. Are you serious,
bro? He get the yards, but I don't see big play. I like a Ricky Williams.
No, man, we want consistent. I want consistent 4.5, 5 yards a carry. If you can get me that means that my defense ain't out there getting wore down by a team spreading us out. You know what I'm saying? We can't get no pressure, and the secondary out there running. No. I want a guy that I can turn to him and say, listen.
He's Melvin Gordon, bro.
Win us this game.
I think he's
4.5 yards a carry.
I think he's the most complete back in the draft. I think.
Yeah. I prefer Jonathan Taylor. And I hate West Clemson. That's the bad part about it.
They might be top guys, so
he did it.
And you know what? Me and Ian talked about this, and he's a perfect example. Everyone knocks Jonathan Taylor for his lack of receiving as a backfield, but when you watch the Wisconsin offense, they don't ask him to catch out of the backfield.
That's true.
So, and again, I call DeAndre Swift Melvin Gordon because you're seeing the whole tool set. And EM made the perfect example. He's like, what did we learn about Melvin Gordon when he came out of Wisconsin? Oh, this guy can catch too. Because it was the same thing with if Jonathan Taylor can catch, he's Todd Gurley, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
I agree. That's why
without the arthritis.
That's why I love the combine, bro. That's why I can't wait to see what they test this weekend.
Yeah, I told you guys, you give me one of those two guys or Dobbins, I'm not complaining, man.
Honestly,
Dobbins' size just worries me at the end of the day. That's all.
I want two running backs. I want Jonathan Taylor and what's the guy from? Is it Boston College?
AJ Dillon.
I'm hearing them both.
Bro, I'm hearing already at the combine. I'm already hearing come out fullback talk for AJ Dillon.
Fullback. I take him anyway. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, I
take him in the fifth.
Awesome. He was awesome. Like I said, I don't know if you were here, but when I dropped those numbers of him against stacked boxes, those are freaking mind-boggling.
Yeah, like
I've never seen that before. I don't know if
you can do it and the defense is dedicated to stopping you and you're still putting up numbers.
Yeah.
I can just imagine you with a spread offense or with weapons around you, how open the field would be for you. That's why I'm so big on Jonathan Taylor.
I also like ball games boy too, Cam Akers. I think he could be something good. And people sleep on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, bro. I told EM this. Joe Burrow came out last week and said the best player he ever played with was Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
A lot of people talking about him.
Yeah, man, he's good, man. And I remember FinSandy raised her eyebrows when I talked about drafting this guy. But if you're gonna get a guy like that in the 4th or 5th round, how can you really knock that kind of pick? You know what I mean? So, if you find a guy who's potentially a starter in the 4th or 5th, you won. So, as far as I'm concerned, with that pick. So
ball game. We going. You've been running for a minute, bro. When you're
muted. Ball game. You're muted.
Let me know, homie. Whenever you want this punishment,
bro. I don't do that. Don't do that.
Whenever you want this, whenever you want this work, let me know.
I mean, I'm ready whenever, bro.
I'll answer this.
My door is always.
I'll answer the question on screen, Fins for Life.
You tripping. I'm going to let you have that, though, because I ain't been running from you. What I need to run for? We got a money game.
Ball game. Hey, ball game. I don't know why these folks, these folks, these people are hitting me up on that PlayStation, sending me. It seems like it's a daily occurrence. They sending me texts about us playing on the stream, bro. But they're like, it seems like they always saying ball game is garbage, ball game is this, ball game is that, which I happen to agree with.
That's fine.
But they always sending invitations to me, bro. And I'm like, bro, come on, man, stop it. You don't want this. You ain't about that life, homie.
Yeah, they do.
You're not.
They want it.
They don't. They think they do. Just like you thought you wanted it. You think you want it, but you don't.
Oh, I want it. I do. I got what I needed out of you. Now I got confirmation for that money.
I hear you. It's all good, homie. It's all good. Don't worry. We'll put something together this weekend.
Okay, I'm good with that.
So
and stop that. And stop telling people I'm running from you, because that's the furthest from the truth.
So the question, hold on, guys. The question on screen from Fins for Life. Okudah could be like Revis. Why not draft him? Our secondary would be legit with him on the boundary with X. And I've said I love Okudah. If our quarterback options are gone at 5, I wouldn't mind. Okudah is my top guy.
Ain't nobody gonna scoff at that.
Draft. No, he's in my top 4 of this draft. I've always said too, the biggest gap talent-wise from 1 to 2 in any position is CB1 to CB2, because Okudah's that good. And I was telling EM again earlier today, I think Okudah's going to develop into a guy that eventually takes away half the field. So the problem I find here is, you got Detroit. They're going to take Okudah if they're in a position to take him. And I think if we move up or another team moves up and takes Detroit's spot at 3 and goes for Tua, from what I'm understanding, the Giants could very well move off their whole tackle, and they would be the ones that would take Okudah and pair him with DeAndre Baker. And like I said earlier, their secondary would be, they could go okay, we're done there. What's next? You know what I mean?
I can see that.
So that's that.
I don't think that's not for us.
They're solid at safety.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Stuff. I don't think
they just need a boundary corner. They just need a boundary corner.
And what did I say? Okudah, he's one of those guys where you can put him in press man, you can put him in zone, and you're going to get terrific results either way. But if we stay pat at 5, I don't think Okudah's going to be there. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't think. I like Okudah. I love his skill set. I'm not denying that. I just don't think that is ideal for Miami at 5.
Now if we trade X before the draft, what do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. There's a glaring hole in our secondary,
and Tua's gone.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. At that point, yeah, I would definitely entertain that. But I just don't think, again, and I know y'all, you get a lot of people that disagree with me, whether that's fine. But I am telling you now, I truly feel that Nick Needham is going to be more than adequate at that second spot. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but if we trade X, then we're gonna need another guy.
We need Now, if that scenario unfolds, yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm all over Okudah. Yeah, absolutely. Then you got 2 young guys on rookie deals. You know what I'm saying? For the next 3-4 years, cheap. So yeah, and I'm sure that's being talked about. I'm sure that's being talked about. It's too much smoke. It's too many reports coming out about Xavier Howard, bro. Too many people reporting on that. It's something going on with Xavier Howard. We just don't. We're not going to know until they make the announcement. But it's just too much conversation going on about Xavier Howard.
You know, what's with these drastic falls, man? Because, you know, like 3 years ago, I was bragging to everyone who would listen that not only did we have the best safety in the NFL, but we also had potentially the best young cornerback in the NFL.
I gotta bounce, guys. I gotta get to Home Depot.
All right, brother.
All right, I'll let y'all. Yep.
All right, now.
One.
Holla at me.
No, yeah, for sure.
And I mean, look at where we are now, man. We went from bragging about having the best young corner and the best safety in the game to like now they're glaring holes. We had that replacement in Minka. We got rid of him, albeit we got draft picks, so no one's going to say anything bad. But it's such a fall from grace in such a short period of time, and we didn't even get we didn't even get to utilize them in playoff scenarios, in big game moments, consistently. Like we didn't get to see we didn't get the best out of them. It feels like Vontae Davis and Sean Smith all over again, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Like it's painful, man, especially when you know how valuable the secondary is to the game, right? Especially
I'm not looking back, bro. I'm looking forward, homie. It's brighter days coming.
So do you think X is on this squad come training camp? See, and you're an X fan, and you're even questioning that now.
I love Xavier Howard, bro. And I've been on the record saying that this year is not the year to move off of him. Not this year. Next year would be the year. But with all of this off the field drama, in addition to another knee scope in the offseason, I can see why Miami could be potentially souring on Xavier Howard. I can see that.
I could also see them giving him another year unless somebody's giving them the price that's reasonable.
Yeah.
They're not looking for a ridiculous trade, but they will take a good trade for him.
I'm not gonna give him away. I'm not giving him away. If I'm blown away, which is highly unlikely considering the off the field issues and another knee scope in the offseason. But that's why I always preface what I was saying. This year is not the year. Get him healthy. Let him get back on the field. Let him return to his Pro Bowl form. And next year, at that point, his trade value inflates. You get the most for him. So next year would be the target year to move off of.
I still think from a team like the if the Eagles miss out on a Byron Jones, I still think you could get a high value from a team like the Eagles, who feels like they're a corner away from being right back to where they were a couple years ago. Man, I could see them throwing a first at someone like Xavier Howard, bro, even now.
Well, what about the Cowboys? Are they going to replace the hole that they're going to leave?
Do they have the money to replace them with X?
Well, they might be looking towards a draft. They might be taking a draft route to replace it. They don't have money. They don't have money to sign anybody. Salary cap wise, they don't have money to sign anybody. Not the caliber of Byron Jones. So I think they're going to address that position in the draft. But I just don't think I love Byron Jones. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but man, another $15 million. You got two cornerbacks making 15 apiece, and I get it. It strengthens your secondary. I get he's versatile. He can play free safety. He can play on the boundary. He can play. I get that. I like Byron Jones' individual skill set, but if it comes down to paying him $15 million and signing a Pro Bowl right tackle or a Pro Bowl guard, I just deem the offensive line as a more pressing need for that, making that kind of an investment.
I agree.
So, and again, I keep telling y'all, I've been banging the table for Nick Needham. Now, if they move off of Xavier Howard this year, okay, I can see that. I would be more inclined to make a deal to make that investment. But with him and Xavier Howard on the roster, making 15 apiece, and you have those holes on the offensive line or an edge rusher, make that investment in an edge rusher. You know what I mean? Because I really don't think we have as many holes, even the overall roster, as people think, especially in the secondary. If they're getting that kind of production at guys, again, that's working at Lowe's on a Friday, they coming for a workout on Monday, and they're starting on Sunday, and they're getting that kind of production out of them in the last 6 games of the year.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You don't need to make that kind of investment.
But here's the deal with that, EM. I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree. Hold on. I agree. Oh, okay. I feel the way you feel. I think that's I can get that out. Listen, but here's the thing. I don't want to get bit doing that, and here's why. We know that this coaching staff, I think we all can agree or believe at this point, it could go south quick, but we believe that we got the coaching staff that could take the Joe Schmo and make them something, right? But when we get into those playoffs and see, these guys are still unproven. We know that they've made a leap and we're happy about it, but are they gonna be those same guys come January?
But again, TD,
and I don't want us to make.
That's where your faith in the coaching staff, in the vision of our. That's where the vision of our coaching staff comes into play. Everybody's for the most part is in the known unknown at this point. We don't know what Nick Needham is going to be if that scenario plays out that we're playing in January. We don't know that, but that's where the faith comes in the overall vision of our coach. I'm not saying we don't need an investment. I just don't think we need a $15 million investment or a top 5 pick investment at that position. I'm telling you, I firm another year, another OTAs, another training camp. That invaluable experience, bro. Look, they found Nick Needham under a rock last year at UTEP. Literally, under a rock, bro. And I'm telling you, Jonathan Ledbetter is another player that we need to be, I'm telling you, moving forward to OTAs, moving forward to training camp. If you recall, I'll say this again, the first game against Baltimore, he was the highest graded defensive player on our team. He had a sack and 2 pressures before he got hurt. Remember he flashed the most in preseason last year, flashed the most in ATL, and he was starting. He could have been this year's Nick Needham. He would have been this year's Nick Needham if he hadn't gotten hurt and went on injured reserve. So I have the ultimate faith, not ultimate now. They only did it 1 year. To have ultimate and supreme faith in this staff, they have to be more consistent. But I have a high level of faith that they will be able to address those issues from a schematic standpoint, and they will be able to get the necessary supplementary pieces later in the draft, as opposed to making a $15 million investment in free agency or a first and second round investment in the draft. I have a high level of faith. So we just have to wait and see how it plays out.
I'm also going to say this to you, TD and EM. How much do you have to honestly trust? We're going to see him scout, we're going to see his results of, him doing his main scouting for his main roster, Flores, for his first year ever, right? We're going to see him as a head coach get that done. If this guy is as good as he is on the waiver wire with undrafted free agents, how good is he going to be when he's sitting and finding these gems in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round? I think we're going to get a guy as a head coach who is going to have a lot more input in the later rounds than a lot more head coaches in the NFL do with his amount of term as a head coach, if you understand what I'm saying.
And also look at Chris Greer's track record later in the draft. He has an excellent track record as far as finding gems later in the draft. Now, Chris Greer's problem is he's had too many misses at the top end of the draft. But if you're just grading him primarily from rounds 3 and beyond, ever since he's been in his front office, he's got an excellent track record. You can compare his resume with the considered better GMs in the league. So again, Flores, him, and as well as Marvin Allen, bro, that's not a major concern for me at all. Now again, they have to do it. They have to be more consistent. I need to see another year, and I need to see another year after that, and I need to see another year after that. But at this stage, I have a lot of faith. What I saw the last 6-7 games of the season, bro, I mean, from on all levels, that's why I can sleep better at night as far as, having faith in them finding the necessary supplementary pieces they need moving forward.
TD, did we just get Andrew Thomas at 26? Like, what?
Yes, bro. And then we double back and got Jonathan Taylor.
I'm watching this. I'm like, this draft's amazing.
Bro, this is an automatic. I'm not doing anything. I just
I'm watching this, bro. I'm like, what?
I mean, this draft actually makes me not even trip about taking 2 at 5.
Bro, my boy Gladney went at 20, bro. Wow. Dude,
did you see the order, Em?
No, I didn't, bro.
It's about to be over. I'm gonna show you who all we picked, depending on this 56. I hope it's another gym.
It's okay, Matt Hennessy.
Interior offensive lineman.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, the last pick is all right, but but look at this. I just hit mock and let it go on its own, man. And I must tell you, man,
I missed the first 2 picks.
How would you feel about this right here on the left side? Well, here it is. Where is my picks?
Right there to the right. Yeah. Oh boy.
Check. Oh my God! Are you kidding? Hey, I told Reason we talked about this exact same scenario, but he thought he brought up Gross Matos. Okay, he said if we came away in the first round,
Gross Matos went in this draft, bro. Gross Matos, he went in like the top 15 in this draft. I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you, and I think that's going to be where he winds up going. I think once he goes to the combine and tests maybe not off the charts, but he's going to perform well. And Chase Young is not testing at the combine. He's not doing any drills.
Did you see that, TD?
Yeah.
I guess why do you have to though, right? You don't have to. You're going on the top 2, so he doesn't care probably. Why bother?
Yeah.
I still would like to see how he tests. So, but it's cool.
So y'all tell me, we draft, if this is our draft in first 2 rounds, how do we feel as Dolphin fans?
Oh my God, I'm telling you,
I love it, but I would have taken Biotish or Cushenberry before, or even Cesar Ruiz might have been gone, but I would have taken Cushenberry from LSU or Tyler Biotish before Hennessy. But I like every other pick is a grand slam. So
you just don't like number 56.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a reach. Unless Cushenberry and Biotish are gone and Cesar Ruiz are gone, because I got Hennessy as my number 4 center. So, but I mean, if you look at it, we got a center, we got a tackle, we got a quarterback. If we get our guard and our other tackle in free agency, you know what I mean?
You know what? Me, TD at 39, I would rather target a safety, Antoine Winfield, and select a running back at 56.
But we need a more talented running back though, and you're not going to get these guys at 56.
You don't think so? You
No, they're all gone.
Who's going to fall to 56, bro? Out of the top 3 or 4, none of them, bro.
J.K. Dobbins was the last of the top 3 that went at 51, I think, in this draft.
But I thought, so you don't have faith in Balazs, TD? You lose.
It's not bad. I don't have faith in having one.
That's agreed. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I would say.
And again, Balazs. Let me say this about Balazs. I know I talk about him, but I've never said, Balazs is that guy. I just said that he deserved more carries last year. And he got more carries, but I also understand the O-line situation. I still don't know what he can do, but one thing that I did find out about Balazs that I don't like is he's a contact avoider.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Worst position to be that.
His stock to me fell in my eyes as far as my interest in him, but I still don't feel like he's not a running back that couldn't be on this roster and help out and put some work in if the O-line is right. But he could still prove that wrong. I've never been, Balazs. I just always argued that he deserved more carries because Drake, I had enough answers with Drake at that point.
And what did TD go out and do? TD goes out and gets the guy who loves the contest smash mouth culture back there. So I agree with that.
I look at it like this. Well, I'm not saying, Jonathan Taylor wouldn't be a value pick there, but I'm more a fan of the other 3 running backs because of the dual threat aspect of the game. Not saying that Jonathan Taylor can't do it, but I'm going off the tape. The other guys have consistently displayed that skill set on. They put that on tape. So, but other than that, yeah, that's a slam dunk. But I want a safety. I want a safety in the second round with the first second round pick or the second one. Other than that, you flip flop the order of the safety and the running back position. I'm all over that. I'm jumping out a window at that point.
The reason why I love the draft, bro, is because I understand safety. Because I can't even front. I'm with you on the safety thing, but when it comes to priority needs, it touched them. Outside of, you could flip flop the running back situation, but it touched every priority need depending on how we interact in free agency. So it's scary because we got an edge at least. At least we have an edge. And we got 2 offensive linemen, and it makes me feel like we're good because we'll handle the rest in free agency. Oh my gosh,
bro! Chase on go top 5. Wow.
What if we addressed the running back?
See what the Giants just took in the draft? Look at that. That's craziness.
I got to start this one over anyway because I want it on auto. I don't want to have to pick.
Sorry, what were you saying, Ian?
What if we address the running back position in free agency?
I just don't like that, bro. I want a young guy, and I want a young guy that's fresh and brand new. And on top of it, man, and it's much less of a salary. You don't understand how much we're going to be saving by going running back second round. Man, that's a lot of savings, bro. That's like, people may not view it that way because if you're going to get a stud in free agency, you're paying 12 plus, right?
Yeah.
But we go in the second round, we're talking about up to $2 million.
Yeah.
So give me that $10 million and give me another guard or a guard and a half as far as I care.
Well, that was my whole thing with Melvin Gordon. Why are you going to pay Melvin Gordon $10 million when DeAndre Swift is a fresher Mel Gordon with less treads on the tire, basically?
And that's how I feel about it. I'm just I don't feel good about any running back in free agency because they all have showed the same characteristics of going downhill. Joe Burrow.
Who went one?
Hold on, I gotta pause this. Woo!
What? 2 of those 6.
Oh,
you did the Bengals thing.
Hold on, who went 1? Chase Young. Oh, cool. Number 2. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all right here. Any pick at number 1 that's not Joe Burrow will mess up everybody's Tua dreams. I've been saying that.
You got people wanting to sell the farm to move up. Like the Panthers
and now we
are
got
waiting for that to happen.
Man, and that's the biggest thing that people need to be concerned about. Any move that happens, the Patriots got Andrew Thomas. Any move that happens at number 1 that's not Joe Burrow will shift the entire first round.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The entire first round would go upside down.
Zach Bond goes 29 to Tennessee. I want that kid so bad, bro.
I can't wait, bro. I'm telling you, man. I was telling Reason earlier. This year has been about Tua Tagovailoa. I'm telling you, Chris Greer, Brian Flores, if you're listening, you might be, you might not be. Get it done. The draft, secure Tua, and I can care less what the hell else you do with the rest of the draft. This year has been about Tua. It has always been about Tua. We are at the finish line. Get it done.
You know what I told them, TD? I told them, you know what the problem is? Last night and today are the interviews, and I just imagine this kid is just knocking them out of the park. And then, today was the pre-exam at the hospital, and tomorrow is the full medical exam. Problem is, and I said this to EM, you're going to have teams that are going to fall in love with this kid in the interviews, and then some of their doctors are, you're going to get doctors that are going to say, but then you're going to get doctors that are going to say, yeah, go straight ahead probably, right? So there's going to be a mixture of guys who love what they see in the interview and get a go from their doctors, and then you might have competition. So
get it done, gentlemen.
That's what he's doing, right? His focus is the medical and the interviews and the chalkboard. And bro, from what I've heard, this guy, like, he's pretty good on the chalkboard too. So Like, I think he's, without throwing a football, he's going to win over people. Like, because there's enough tape. I've said this before. There is enough tape where you can look at him and say, okay, that's a skill set. Now let's check what the medical is on the hip, and let's see how good he is in terms of leadership and what he is like a person, etc. And he's going to knock those out of the park.
I'm telling you, I just don't see why people, if you're watching film, I'm not saying watching 2 a.m. Sports Center highlights. I'm talking about if you get your behind in the film room and you actually break down this kid's tape, I'm telling you, it's next level, bro. That's why people, not just us, I'm no NFL evaluator. Reason's no NFL evaluator. Well, he might be, I don't know, but I know I'm not. So, but these people, I'm telling you, people that know the game, know what they are looking at, know the language of the, they know what to look for. And they are blown, this kid's tape, I'm telling you, it's next level. There hasn't been, very rarely, there's a college player at this stage that comes along that checks so many boxes during the evaluation, during the evaluation process. I'm telling you, it's next level stuff, bro. And I know, TD, I'm telling you, I get the durability, the hip is a concern. I'm concerned about that. But Miami is the only team that is in the position from a capital standpoint where that risk, you know what I mean? They're in a position where they can weather the storm, even if he gets hurt again, because they have all of this capital available to them. They are in a position, really the only team in the NFL that can really make that big of a risk on this player. But so I'm telling you,
what have I told? Let's keep it 100. What have I told you about Tua Tagovailoa? Have I ever had any concern about his skill?
No, just his durability.
The only thing on the field, and it's not his fault, is I'm a specific individual that like to see a terrible situation so that I can see how you handle a terrible situation. Like
hang on 1 second. Hang on. Let me retract that statement. No, that's not necessarily true because you was
one read.
You were heavy on him as far calling him a one read quarterback. That
goes hand in hand with what I'm saying right now.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that's my biggest thing is it's not his fault that he has what he has around him. And it's not his fault that his first read may be open at a high percentage. So I would like to see him in a rougher, tougher situation. I mean, and I ain't saying a boo-boo team around him because it's unfair to have a boo-boo team around anybody. But give a guy, a real good guy can take an average team around him and make them good. You ain't got to make them great. You can make them good.
Yeah, elevating the guys around you.
It's unfair because my only thing is this is why I just don't like when people – and I'm not, y'all already know my stance on Josh Rosen. Hopefully, if we keep it at 100, I've never said Josh Rosen is the guy, even though EM said I say he the guy.
Yeah, okay. I emphatically disagree with that, but go ahead.
Anywho, what I'm saying is I don't think it's fair for any quarterback to be judged if he has a below average team around him. I don't care about the skill set and what he's always graded low on and things like that, because a lot of things that some players are graded low on, believe it or not, some of the better quarterbacks could be graded just as low. It's just you never have an opportunity to see those holes. So that's why with Tua, I know he's going to pass the grade regardless.
Yeah, but there is actually, like, I know a lot of people say, it's the weapons, or like, I'm not saying you, but like people have said, it's the weapons around him. There is actually a statistic, like there is actually data.
That's what I was getting to.
And what it basically is he's the second highest accuracy percentage in college in accuracy plus throws in tight windows. So accuracy plus throws are throws to the frame, so the numbers, throws to the shoulders, so like back shoulder throws, or throws in front of you, so in stride. So those are the three highest levels of accuracy. Those are the three highest levels of accuracy you can chart on a quarterback's placement, and he's the second highest in the nation on accuracy percentage on those throws in tight windows, not even like overall, just in tight windows. That's so accuracy.
That's immediately translatable to the next level.
That's
bro.
what it is.
That's something tangible.
I know people knock PFF, but they are quarterback data rich. Like that's
I don't
off, right?
Yeah, I don't knock it, but let me first off, before I say this, because I don't want to ruffle any feathers, okay? Tua is a great football player. Yes, I said that.
He's a baller.
From a skill standpoint, he's a great football player. But the reason why I personally actually do love those type of stats, and they make a lot of sense to me, Reason. Mm-hmm. But stats like his accuracy, you take them for what they are. But what it doesn't consider is the fact that he's allowed to be accurate. And let me give you an example of what I'm saying in that. A guy, if Tua throws the ball 4 seconds after he snaps it and it is on the money, it is a thing of beauty because that's who he is. He can put it on the money and make it look like a thing of beauty. I love that about the kid. But it's just so unfair because that throw is never made. So I know that's we're gonna take care of that, and I like that. But that's why I don't put the
average release on. He's the third quickest average release time of draft eligible quarterbacks. His average release is 2.56 seconds. Joe Burrow's is 2.7.
Oh, I'm not comparing him to Burrow though. Burrow, same situation.
He shows that he can get, and the year before his release time was 2.48. So he showed that he can get the ball out in 2.5 seconds consistently. Yep. So I can't, and like I've seen him. Like, go watch when he burned Stingley, right? When he burned Stingley on the outside the numbers in the LSU game, like he looked off he looked off the safety by keeping his eyes locked on the slot guy. Then he looked them off and boom, it was right there. And he did that in like under 3. It was like under 3. Yeah. I think it was under 3 seconds.
And also you got to consider the situation that he was in. Okay. It was 3rd and 5, that scenario. And if they don't make that third down conversion, the game is pretty much over. And this kid puts off his flat-footed now. Flat-footed, he didn't step into the throw or anything. And he was pressured. Flat-footed, a drop of a dime in that scenario. He puts that ball arguably against the top 2 to 3 corner. You see when Trevor Lawrence is placing that. Are you talking
about the touchdown deep to the left?
Yeah.
Again, the man didn't even look left. He just let it rip because he knew he was going to throw it in the first place, man.
No, he looked the man off in the slot.
Yeah, that's all fine. But this is my point about stunt plays like that. The receiver did beat the corner. Okay? But here's my point on that. If the corner was in a great position, it wouldn't matter. He would have let it rip the same way.
It's not true at all because there's a play against Ole Miss that you can go watch because I was watching film like literally a week ago. I was watching the Ole Miss game. I was going back against it. And there's literally a play where Ruggs is on the outside. He's the outside man, okay? So he's running a go route, all right? But the way that the play is done, he's got to hit, he's got to hit, the dashes, the hash marks next to the 40-yard, 50-yard, etc. So the way he's got to hit him, like the way the play is designed, he's got to hit him at the dash next to the 40 while he's streaking. Problem is, receiver was playing a bit off, and once Ruggs got going, he stayed tight with Ruggs. Yeah, so what did he do? He saw the high safety, moved out of position and came up to the slot off the right. So now he noticed that the safety has moved out of position. So what does he do? Instead of hitting the hash, he hits about 2 yards inside of the hash where only Henry Ruggs can make the play, and the corner who's draped over him can't make the play. And then next thing you know, Ruggs gets like another 10, 15 yards off the yak because he put it in a position where only he could hit it. And
we're looking at that's the details.
That's all we pay details. So that's all we pay attention to. That's all we pay attention to.
No, nobody's saying that. No. Nobody's saying that.
So why don't y'all go ahead and narrate right now a few of those passes that he throws behind his guy? and things like that.
TD,
Narrate what he was thinking in those moments.
TD, there's no perfect prospect. I don't care any NFL on any level. Nobody's saying he's perfect. Nobody's saying he doesn't need every prospect making this leap from the college level to the pros needs refinement. Nobody's saying that. But what we're telling you, there is tangible evidence that you can put your fingerprint on and you can point to based on film study. You can say that's immediately translatable to the next level. That you have even players in the upper quarterbacks at that position, they're not even making it. They don't even have the ability to make those kind of throws, bro. That's all we're saying. In addition to how so far superior he is mechanically. That's what people don't really realize. Me, in my opinion, when I look at Tua Tagovailoa, any quarterback, I judge them from the top to the bottom because everything starts at their base. Everything, their foot placement, their feet, the alignment of their feet with the shoulders to their eyes and their arm. Okay. You start evaluating quarterback from the bottom to the top. And Tua, from a mechanical standpoint, is so far superior than any. I was telling you
because he's put more mechanical objects in his body from being hurt.
Stop it, bro. Stop.
So he's gonna be more mechanical. He got more.
Bro.
I'm teasing him. I'm just talking noise, man.
Hey, look at reason I was talking about this, Jay Cutler. You cannot, if you had a machine to build a quarterback, a prototypical quarterback, Jake, you cannot find from a skill set standpoint, you cannot construct a better prospect than Jay Cutler. What was Jay Cutler's biggest flaw? From Vanderbilt, and
I'm cursing on this channel, man. Jay Cutler is a curse word over here, man.
No, but he's right.
I'm just saying. From an arm talent standpoint, you cannot find maybe 10 players in the history of the league that, from an arm talent standpoint, that exceeded Jake Cutler's ability.
He had a bazooka.
Bro, I mean, man, it was impressive. But what was his flaw? His mechanics. He was so flawed mechanically, and that contributed to his lack of productivity from an accuracy standpoint at that position. And that's why I put so much value, why I love Tua so much, is because he's flawless in that regard. Now, he don't have the cannon that Jay Cutler or a Justin Herbert or a Patrick Mahomes has, but he has just enough arm strength to distribute the football wherever he wants to distribute it in any type of scenario. So I just look at him. I'm telling you, his mechanics, his navigation in the pocket, bro, is flawless. It's next level, and that's why I love him as a prospect moving forward, bro. And I'm telling you, get him in this program, build around him. I'm telling you, he could be having a Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson like effect on our franchise. He would immediately transform this franchise overnight. I'm telling you, he is that special. It's the reason why these evaluators, they fall in love with him as a prospect. They've been saying it since he came out of high school. Even before then, Trent Dilfer had his hands on him since he was 16 years old. And he said, "I'm telling you, I've never seen his overall game. He's the best prospect I have ever seen, and he has seen Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow,
all of them.
Justin Fields, everyone."
He said Tua is the best prospect I have ever seen. And I'm telling you, man, y'all are sleeping.
Just got to stay healthy.
Y'all are sleeping on him. That's why I love him to death. I'm telling you. Flores, please. Greer, Marvin Allen, if you listen, get it done. Get it done. Do what you got to do. Get it done. Because I'm telling you, the day he stepped foot in Hard Rock Stadium, I'm telling you, he's going to transform this franchise on the field and off of it.
So,
yeah, the community. He'll be big in the community for sure.
Well, what I'm saying to EM, if I could just get past his injuries, I'd be a Tua advocate.
Oh, for sure. I know you would.
I would be a Tua advocate, but my thing is, I always rebuttal Tua's game only because some people need to also pay attention, because there is a reason why some people miss every year. I'm not saying Tua's going to be that guy. Hell, he might win us multiple Super Bowls, but there is a reason why some people miss. Like, they got the best thing since ever coming out of the draft, and that player ends up being a bust. So I point out what I try to do when I talk about that first read stuff, when I talk about all that stuff, I point out some of those previous quarterbacks that were supposed to be that guy that end up bust. I point out those reasons because nobody took him into consideration. But with Tua Tagovailoa, he has a better skill set than any quarterback that I've ever pointed those things out about. Again, but I can't ignore him. Let's be honest here. The burden of proof is on him to come into this league and do it, right?
I agree. That's a valid concern. He might get to the league and bust out. I'm just saying
everyone.
Everybody, but that's everybody. I'm saying from this point, that's all we can judge him by. That's all we can evaluate him on. From this point on, that's what I've been telling y'all all year. I don't know what he's going to be. He could be the next Jamarcus Russell, but that's the risk you take in the draft. You can't live in that what if scenario. I told y'all this several streams back. All you have is your evaluation. Each team has their evaluation to go off of. Okay? And you go off that conviction, and you select whatever player based on your evaluation at what pick, wherever you're picking in the draft, you select that player based on your evaluation, and you do not look back. But I'm just saying at this point, with the durability concerns, because he has such a high ceiling, it's worth the risk. In addition to all the other capital that we have amassed this year and next year, if you get him in training camp and you will see immediately, damn, we made a mistake. Okay, we're gonna take that L, but guess what? We still have a plethora of picks to readdress that position next year and the year after. So I'm telling you, his ceiling. And what if you hit? Everybody keeps being concerned. Well, what if he doesn't do this? And what if he doesn't? But what if he does, bro? What if he does hit? What if for the next 10 years we don't even have to worry about Tua Tagovailoa spending any extended time on injury reserve?
I will say this, Mark. I will say this: if he is healthy, we have the best quarterback in the AFC East. Hands down. Hands down.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. I'm gonna tell you this: in 3 years' time, if he's healthy, he will be in the top 5 as far as quarterbacks in the entire league.
If we do what we're supposed to do and protect him.
Well, again, TD, bro, TD. If we know that, they have to know that. So they're gonna do their best. They're gonna do their best to that's any investment they make. You want to put them in the most ideal situation to be successful.
Even if it's Herbert or Love, I would still be saying, keep stacking that offensive line, man.
I just hate how the fan base, in regards to Tua, they keep living as all they do is focus on the negative, bro. That's an unhealthy way. That's an extremely unhealthy mindset to have, just in life in general. They live in that. Well, what if the negatives? Well, what if he hits?
Yeah, glass half.
What if he hits, bro?
Live more glass half full than glass half empty.
It's ridiculous. And that's why I get so frustrated and my blood gets boiling. I'm like, bro, stop it. Stop it. Please. You should see my engagement in the comment section on Facebook. It's ridiculous.
You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of people who are self-admitted, and you got a lot of people who won't admit that they don't watch a lot of college football, let alone break down film, bro. And just focus on one player for play after play after play.
And what do I always say? Y'all take that as I'm insulting people. What did I say when I started this stream? I need to get a t-shirt. Get your behind in that film room. Yeah. If you did that, and that applies to everyone, me included. Because I'm telling you, what do I always say?
I told you to get your butt in the film room about Joe Burrow. You did it, and you came out and you're like, I saw a lot of things I liked, man.
Yeah.
He's better than Tua. That's what he concluded.
He didn't say that, but he did say he did come out and say that he saw a lot of real deal stuff from him.
I will say this: if Tua is not an option and Joe Burrow is, I would be more than happy with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all a few questions here, and I want a percentage from y'all. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be all bias aside. We're going to take what we want out of the equation. I want you to get a people realistic.
Okay.
All right. What is the percent chance that the Miami Dolphins draft Tua Tagovailoa, no matter how it happens?
A percentage?
90 popped in my head.
90%. 90%.
90%.
I agree with that. 90%.
If the Miami Dolphins had to trade up to draft Tua, what percent chance will they get Tua?
See, that all depends on what they're asking. You know what I mean? Like, if
well, with what we know now,
okay, I don't think there's any chance that they're going to give up 4 of their top 5 picks before 60 to move up 2 spots, and that's what I've heard the price is. So I've heard the 5th, the 26th, and our 2 second rounds is what, when they engaged in talks 3 weeks ago, that's what they were told. We want that, and then when they said no, all of a sudden the Lions wanted Tua. So that's what they were playing hardball, bro. And what did I say, man? The fact we have all this capital financially and the draft, as good as it is, remember I said this, as good as it is, that's kind of a negative too, because it gives people more reason to try and gouge us, man. So I don't think at that asking price, there's no way. I don't think any of us would be on board with giving up 4 of our top 5 before 6.
I mean, man, just to move to 2. If we were picking 21st, I can understand that, but
no, that's
at
ridiculous.
5 just to move 2 spots. That's ridiculous.
0% chance that happens. 0.
That's ridiculous.
Unless they bring that significantly down, 0% chance.
We talked about this before, Reason. I'm gonna be honest. We all know I love Tua, but if they talking about 3 first-round picks, I'm gonna tell Tua, I love you, bro, and I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna continue to follow it, but I'm gonna have to holler at you, homie.
And in fairness, you've said that you'd probably do that for almost every quarterback.
Yeah, anybody. That's too much to give up for anyone.
Yeah, you're mortgaging you're almost, you don't want to mortgage 2 or 3 drafts for one player, no matter how good
that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Absolutely not.
What's up, Vic?
Hey, Vic.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Hey, TD. Hey, Reason. Hey, EM. How are you guys tonight?
Good. What's good, man? How you doing, homie?
Hold on.
I'm all good.
Let me give you 10 seconds real quick, Vic. Show them the shirt, Vic. Show them the shirt, Vic. They ain't ready, Vic.
And look, little sticker. Got it.
Yeah. Appreciate you, homie.
You got it, man.
Hey, so Vic, I want you to get in on this too, all right?
All right.
If you don't mind. So next question, guys, percentage. You see the mock draft on the screen. What percent chance does number 18 come true?
He's not there at 18.
No, he's gone.
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
What percent chance?
0.
0?
Yeah, he's gone. At 18, he's gone.
No.
You're
gone, bro.
What did I tell you? Remember you asked like a couple months ago?
I know.
You asked how many quarterbacks I thought would go in the first 2 or 3 rounds, and I said 6. And I'm saying 4 quarterbacks are going to go before 15.
No.
How many in the first 10? 3? First 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no way Jordan Love.
Yeah.
What percent chance does the Miami Dolphins have of having 4 new offensive linemen starters next year?
95.
Yeah, 100%.
4 new starters now. That was the question. 4 new starters.
Well, that's free agency and draft.
Yep, 4 new starters.
95.
Like the first game lined up 4 new starters.
85. Because I think they're going to because I really think they're going to prioritize offensive line in free agency. I think they're going to be ultra aggressive. I think I think they're going to target Coughlin and Joe Tooney in free agency. I really believe.
I agree 100%.
They're going to aggressively pursue them. So
who's the only one that's still going to be starting?
Probably Jesse Davis.
That's it.
I think Well, I take that back. Michael Kilgore. I'm sure he'll be retained.
Yeah, Kilgore's going to be there.
Now I don't necessarily agree with that, but I heard what Chris Greer came out and. When they asked him, when they questioned him about Kilgore a couple weeks back at the owners' meetings, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of pretty optimistic side about that.
Yeah, he was, and I agree from a leadership standpoint and a continuity standpoint. I believe he should be brought back. But again, I told you my ideal scenario: start cross training Michael Dieter at that position immediately. That's what I would do.
So you think Dieter gonna be riding the pine if Kilgore is starting?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, TD. I think if they put that plan in place, I think Dieter could supplant. He could easily supplant Daniel Kilgore come opening day. I really do, bro.
But that's if they put that plan in place. Right now, just general Kilgore could start and Dieter could start.
No, well, if they sign Joe Tooney, Michael Dieter's not starting. He's going to the bench,
off the bench, and that's why it's best. That's why you say he's best used as learning that center role.
As center, cross training. Keep him, keep cross training him. Keep it, keep that plan in place as far as his development at left guard is concerned. But
I thought he had experience already at the position.
He did. He does. He played really every position at Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. He's got that position flexibility. But I'm telling you, his skill set as of today translate better to center as opposed to left guard, in my opinion. Especially when you're this power scheme that they're looking to implement. He just doesn't have the functional strength at this stage of his development to flourish in that particular scheme. Now, ball game, I agree with ball game. Chan Gailey implements more zone and zone concepts within his blocking schemes. I agree with that, and they could do that. They might go that route, they might not. But I'm just saying, based off the schemes that they were trying to implement last year and what he put on tape, obviously he doesn't have an ideal skill set to at this stage to be especially as successful as who you could potentially be bringing in. So that's why I said Joe Tooney, they get him. He's already at a Pro Bowl level. You can put him in any scheme. He's scheme diverse, and he'll be performing at a Pro Bowl level. So at this stage, I just think. But I think if they train him exclusively as center, he could easily supplant.
TD, be right back.
Kilgore. I think he could easily supplant Kilgore day one, bro. I really believe that.
I just gotta say, this mock draft that just happened, I know I've stated I'm like not that high on Terrell Lewis, and I worry that he has bust potential. But it's kind of that, like, man, that's the kind of a sexy draft. That Jalen Johnson pick at 56, woo, and Tristan Wirfs at 26. Oh my lord, that's kind of a sexy draft.
Is DeAndre Swift a reach at 18?
Is he what, TD?
I don't know.
A reach at 18.
A reach at 18.
Well, I'm not entertaining a running back.
I think they're going to go in the 20s.
No.
When you're going to start to fall off.
I'm not entertaining a running back before 26.
I'm
not.
And what do you think about the number 56 pick in this?
I love that pick.
Jalen
Johnson.
We ain't talking much about him though.
I'm sorry.
His name's going out there though. He's starting to spread around.
We haven't talked much about him.
He's a sleeper, and like he's gonna run like a 4.45, 4.5. He's gonna be in between there.
Yeah, I saw him. I was watching tape on him.
The only thing is he's 5'11 and a half, and he's like just under 200 pounds.
You know what though?
He's good. I like him.
I think Terrell Lewis, he's an intriguing prospect for me, bro, because he fits that athletic he fits that athletic profile that as far as physically, he fits that profile, but he's got major durability issues. Major.
That's what
but at that point, but at 39 though, that could be a potential huge home run if you select him at that point. But if you're going off physical ability, he's got first round talent all over, written all over him, bro.
Oh, for sure. But it's the durability why I think he might bust out eventually.
Yeah. He might. But at 39, anywhere beyond the second, and I would even think because of he has such so many disabilities. I've seen him go in the top 15 in some mocks, bro. Yeah, I have as well.
Yeah.
He could be a huge boom pick.
That Jalen Johnson, I know I said on last stream, I would take Cameron Dantzler, and I actually saw him go near the top of the second round. I guess people aren't slipping. But I would take Jalen Johnson, bro. Yeah, he's good, man.
But I'm gonna tell you an edge player who Reed and I were talking about this the other day. He's from Wisconsin, and
Stud. I think he won the first round in the.
Yeah, I think he's going to come to the combine, and I think he's going to test extremely well. He might be out of our reach in the second round.
It's the guy who I said reminds me of Zach Thomas 2.0 in terms of motor wise.
But he's an edge player. He plays primarily
edge, outside linebacker, edge. Yeah.
He does everything. He plays every linebacker position at Wisconsin. He's got he's giving you that. He had 12.5 sacks this year. Okay, he gives you that scheme flexibility. You can line him up anywhere, anytime, any situation. Oh man, I'm telling you, that's why I'm anxious. That's why I'm anxious to see what it tests like, so I can finalize my. When we do our big board show, I can finalize. My top 5 potential edge players we could be targeting in the draft. But he is the more tape I watch on him, he is in my top 5. I'm gonna say that without giving too much away.
I was talking about this kid like 2 months ago, and about a month.
He was
a little over a month ago. He came on everyone's radar just around Senior Bowl time, and everyone fell in love with the guy. I'm telling you, this guy, you get him at the back end of the first or top of the second, bro. You got a day one start, bro.
Hey guys, let me ask a question when you get a minute.
Go ahead, Vic. Go ahead, bro.
You guys, I'm listening for a long time now. In Reason, NEM, and TDU too. How do you get, and I watch you guys, I watch DW, and I'm watching, Travis, I'm watching everybody, Twitter. How do you guys retain the information you have and study all the time? Because I'm going to ask this for the crowd too, because I'm sure the crowd's wondering the same thing. I'm not stopping. I'm not sitting around not doing anything. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching the news. I'm watching Twitter, see what's going on. But you guys have that knowledge. Where does it sink in, or is this a natural thing for you? Is this something you've done for a long time? Or where do you guys get that skill to keep all that knowledge about the players and the skill you have?
So me and EM, we actually had a 4-hour conversation today. And
we were talking 4 hours, bro.
We talked about everything though, not just football. And the thing is, bro, I was telling them the story when the internet came around. Okay, so I'm 35, right? So in '98, right, back in Windows 98, and I really got my hands on the internet, bro. I went down the rabbit hole of the 5% Nation of Islam. But I've always been like that. I've always had a hunger for knowledge and knowing. I'm one of those people where if you told me what I had to do to find out the answers in life and why we exist, I would go out there and I would go do it. I've just always been in it. So I grew up, I played football, baseball, and hockey growing up, right? From 4 years old on when I first started skating, right? So with things I love, whether it's music, I haven't told TD, I've told EM, but I was involved in the hip hop industry too. So with music, with sports, anything I've played, I always am 1,010% in. And with everything I know, just like in life, you can always grow, develop, and get better every day. But that all depends on what do you want to know, how much do you want to know, and how badly do you want to know it? Because at the end of the day, I truly believe one of my mottos in life is knowledge is power. So
gotcha.
That's
absolutely,
that just translates to everything I love in my life.
And just quick,
I'm the exact same way, Vic. Me personally, growing up as a kid, sports was always a huge thing in our household. From little league to middle school. I only got to a high school level as far as playing football is concerned, but sports in general has always been such a huge part of our family. So as I've gotten older, and I'm able to, just like Reason said, you develop a better understanding, as you get older, in life, in any aspect of your life. But as far as football is concerned, the more you consume, the better you develop a better level of understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? me personally, I have an insatiable appetite for the details of football. Not just sitting down, watching the highlights and watching a game. I want to watch. I focus on the game that's playing with inside the game, if that makes sense. And
Sure.
it's just consistent. It's just consistent. From I subscribe to so many different channels, and it's just the consistent appetite for it. I mean, I don't know how to put it any other way.
Right.
I just love every aspect of football, every aspect of it. And so, if you consistently entertain it, you're gonna naturally, just like anything, it's repetition. The more repetition you have at anything in life, the better you're gonna naturally get at it. And so, when you're talking about football evaluation, not just sitting down watching football on Sundays. I'm talking about the details within the game. You're gonna develop a higher knowledge base of it, and I'm just exactly the same with like Real. I'm sure TD is the same as well. It's
Well, let me jump in there because TD, I know you got to go. I want to do this some more. I got a big announcement in my life that's going on right now. I got things happening next week that are big for me. I want to announce it and kind of do a shout out. But I would love to get you guys on here again, talk some more like this. I think the fans would love to see more of what you guys are, your intricacies, and how you all learn and do, and what drives you.
Absolutely. And Vic, man, I also wanted to say, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you as always.
Got it.
Because outside of the support you give this channel monetarily, man, you support us even non-monetarily in every single way that you can, man. And I appreciate that. We love you for it, no doubt. And just because I do got to get out of here, guys, I was supposed to end the stream about 50 minutes ago. But the wife, she was doing something, so I just been going and going and going. So she just called me on it. But I will say this, Vic, I'm learning even right now.
Yeah.
It's a constant learning. No one knows it all in this game. And then times change in this game. So what you think you know now, it's a different football game. So it's just consuming your life with it, really. And another thing, and if you want to be able to retain the things, keep hopping in on the chats, man. Keep hopping in like you're on right now. Ask your questions, answer questions, and then you'll start to develop your own argument. That's whenever you're starting to have your own basis of what you believe in football and how the game should be played. Then some people will come and they'll debunk that, and it'll make you see it in a whole nother light as well. So it's just an ongoing thing. That's why I love doing this myself, because I have a good basis on what I think this game is. But these guys come in, they bring the they bring the humble hammer here and there, Right. So it's just the perfect thing. But I got to get out of here, guys. I hate to cut it off this way. Love y'all. Let me hurry up before the wife walk in.
It's a pleasure, homie. It's a pleasure.
Peace. Love everybody, man.
All right now.
No outro. Gotta go.